Y'all hear the music okay?
You can put a little bit more volume on it.
More volume? Okay. About that.
Sound good.
Yes, yes.
The enemy came up against your finances. The enemy came up against your fear.
Can you that's great?
The enemy came up against your business. You will win.
Yes, yes. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get started in just a second, man. Let everybody know this is a world party over here. All whiteboard party, man. It's a winner's party, y'all. And we came to celebrate what 2023 is going to be. I'm not playing. And those of you who are not playing, this is where you got to be tonight. Simple as that, man. Put your name in the chat. Tell me where you at. We getting ready to get all the way down to business. We're going to work on ourselves and make sure that we are planned and designed and prepared for what 2023 has to offer, y'all. This is my millionaire season. I waited for this particular year to talk about millions. This is my millionaire season declared. Let's go. Put it in the chat, y'all. Put it in the chat. Let me pull this up and get your money. I don't think y'all understand. Yeah, what's up, Linda? What's up, Vaughn? My man Ramadan, happy to be to everyone. Shot fire, welcome. Everything attached to you, man, I swear this is where you want to be. Goodness gracious. Jeanette, good evening to you. Marie, hello. We knew it was you. You see your numbers? Oh, you got here. Selena, good evening to you. Happy to be here. Nikki, welcome. Straight out of Cali, let's go. This is our first order of business of 2023. We can't jump into a chart yet. We ain't even got our mind right. We ain't even got our plan together. How we gonna do that? I better say it loud and proud. Soraya, what's good, Mr. Craig? Good evening. Welcome. Come on in, fam. Put your name in the chat. Tell us where you at. Let everybody know we are on. It's an all whiteboard party. We ain't playing no games. So get your pens, your papers. We came to work. Yeah. All right. Let me see, Mr. Craig. Good evening to you. 2023 is ours. Happy New Year. Miss Althea, welcome. Miss Callie, Miss Yolanda in here. Carmen's in here. Doris. Man, we are here. Let's go. I'm excited. It's my year, man. I'm not playing. What about you? Is it your year? Is this your winning season? Fill some gaps. Yeah, straight out of B-More. Let's go. They still coming to the door. Yes, Miss Doris, it's our winning season. Let's go. Yeah, Miss Florence, still from London. Miss Belinda from icy Nebraska. Stay warm, Miss Belinda. Stay warm. Welcome, family. We getting ready to get started. It's an all whiteboard party here in Kpcfx tonight, man. Y'all hanging out at Kingfish Corner, man. And we out here to win, man. Our first order of business is going to put us in position. I don't know about the rest of them. We ain't skipping no steps. Right? 2023 is all action. Put action in the chat if that's all you trying to do. Ain't no more talking. No words. All action. Let's go, Yolanda. Miss Dorothy, welcome. Miss Jacqueline, welcome. Darlene, good evening to you. Miss Jessica's in the building, so I assume and can almost guarantee that Miss Just Sarah is close by. So good evening to you guys. We love you. Trinice, welcome. Amanda said, dang. Oh, let's go. Yeah, that was crazy, right? Oh man, welcome, Amanda. All right, Miss Tammy is in the building, the scalping queen. Miss Renee is here. Look, everybody came out tonight. Jen's in the building, Miss Faye. Action all in the chat. There goes Giselle. Oh man, I'm so excited that y'all wanted to spend the first order of business in Kpcfx with me tonight. Excuse my enthusiasm, but y'all can't shut me up and y'all can't stop me. I'm all gas, no brakes. You heard me. You might think I'm somewhere on Angela Jenkins thing. No brakes. Talk to him, Jacqueline. Everything attached to it will win. Let's go, let's go. All action, man.
You can't say you are a winner but look defeated.
Okay.
I need you to get up out of your seat.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
And high five 10 people across this room.
All right.
Just stay at your row. Tell them across the room that you will win.
Tell them.
High five 10 people and
tell them you will win, y'all. Tell them they here with us. Tell them you will win. Watch them, you will win. Shanika, you will win. Amanda, you will win. Antoinette, you will win. Belinda, you will win. Shelby, you will win. Let's go. Miss Faye, you will win. Florence, you will win. Oh my goodness, I am so pumped up. Let's pause that right there. Yes, yes. My goodness. Woo! Woo! Let's make sure my music's playing so y'all can hear that, because I know I turned it off. But yes, I know. Calm it down. We win and put it in the chat. Man, we gonna do it tonight. So y'all come to work, get your whiteboards, get your notebooks, your paper. We getting ready to define ourselves right here tonight. We gonna win. Let's go. Let me get my sound back right, y'all. Give me 1 second. Share that. All right, everybody see my screen okay? And that was weird. My computer did what it shouldn't be doing for the first time. That was weird, y'all. You see that? See that? That's how I know we doing something right. You see that? That shouldn't be happening. And look what happened. Very interesting. What y'all think about that? Yeah, buddy, let's go. Who else we got? Oh, my man, Mr. Noble's in here. Welcome, y'all. Let me bring back up. There we go. There we go. The devil mad, Carmen. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you. Oh my God, y'all. We putting it into the universe so strong. The law of attraction is so strong on it. Woo! It's real, Nina. Let's go. All I know is win, no matter what. Let's go, Anthony. Let's go, Lon. Season Lon, welcome. It's your winning season, Lon. My man, Mama Bad Big Sean, it's your winning season, man. We here because of you, bro. You know that? The journey started with you, man. Do you know that? It's your winning season, man. You know I got it. Let's go. I had to look the whole thing around tonight. Sorry, y'all. Y'all ain't mad at me about that. I had to let the whole thing ride tonight. Good gracious. Man, so welcome, family. We are here. It is 2023, January of 2023. We are here at the beginning of another year, family. And first and foremost, y'all need to come off mute and say, what's up? First time of the year, let me speak. Let me hear
what up,
man.
Hey,
What up, though?
There you go, man. That's what we're doing tonight, y'all. We came to really get down to business tonight, guys. Not really even gonna be a lot of playing around. It's January 1st. And, you know, myself, you know, I worked hard to get here. A lot of you guys worked hard to get here. And I don't think you have any plans on quitting or plateauing out, right? You guys are still looking to be further than you were in 2022, right? I mean, I just need to make sure I got the same people that's on the same type of mission and vision,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
In the right room. You
Yes.
got us.
sir.
Okay, all right. I just
Yes.
wanted to make sure y'all was in the right
Absolutely.
place, because that's what's going on here. Going on here is being better than we were in 2022 in all aspects of our life, guys. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Tonight, we are going to implement it to action. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, you can go everywhere right now, and all you'll see on those social media platforms is, this is what I'm going to do in 2023, and I'm going to do this, and it's my year for this and this. But man, them ain't nothing but some texts. Them just some words that was typed. Only thing I seen you do was push a button. All right. If you ain't in here getting to the action, writing it down, planning your escape, planning your success, then you just entertain. Would y'all all agree?
I agree.
Yes, sir.
Dang right. So what we gonna do is, we not just gonna talk about it, guys. We gonna come in here before we, hold on, let me get this hoodie off. It's hot already. Before we get into any chart, before we get into any plan of action, you know, this year, we are going to start from the beginning of this year, and we're going to take it all the way to the end, and we're going to plan that thing out, guys, and we are going to take action, and that starts right now. And if you want to be in a place that locks arms and holds you accountable for the things that you want and need to do in life, then this is the place for you to be. All right, so I hope everyone has their writing utensils, their notes, to be ready to take their notes. We're going to take tons of notes tonight. We are also going to start on our whiteboards, right? So get your whiteboards out, and what we're going to watch tonight is a wonderful video, guys, and we're going to dissect it. We're going to break it down. All right, I've already done it. This is probably my 4th or 5th or maybe even 6th time watching this. So my whiteboard's already prepared, guys. I just want to make sure that the people I love, I'm connected with, have that same advantage. See, if there's true leaders out there right now, and if you're listening, you know, right now on Facebook at Kpcfx, if there are true leaders out there right now, and that's what they call themselves, then you should be gathered with them, and they should be giving you the game plan to start off your year. If they're not doing that, then something's wrong. All right, so that's what we're getting ready to do. Get your pads, get your notebooks. That's right, Queen. Let's go, and we getting ready to get this thing popping, family. So first and foremost, all right, what we are going to watch tonight. All right, everybody see my screen? Okay, which we're going to watch tonight. All right, is this beautiful video by Brian Tracy. It's called "The Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires." Guys, this video is phenomenal, guys. Tonight, it's not about trading. All right, so you can go ahead and put that off to the side. If you want to associate what we're about to do with your trading, fine, do that. That's gonna be great, but this is about you as a person. This is about you as a professional. Okay, this is about your personal and professional development and how you are going to start off this year planning and preparing and taking your success intentionally, whether it be trading or whatever business or endeavors that you are looking to embark on. All right, so this video, all right, it's called "Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires" by Brian Tracy. All right, it has several sections to this video. All right, this video is about 45 minutes long. All right, so we plan to work, okay, because we are going to stop at certain points. We're going to discuss things. I want you guys to take notes. I already have a lot of the major notes already taken, so a lot of the things that you would normally say, can you go back and play that, I've already got. I promise you, when I take notes, I'm literally writing down everything word for word. Cicely came in here, she's like, are you writing everything he said? I'm like, probably close to it, but that's my style. That's how I take notes. All right, so I've got a lot of them, so trust me, guys, we got all night, no rush, patience. I want to make sure everybody that's locked arms with me is on the same page, the same trajectory towards winning in their winning season. All right, so is everybody ready? Now, like I said, we're going to start this thing. We're going to break down certain points, and then we're going to get into it. All right, let me see, man. Let me see. Yeah, let me see that, Carmen. Good idea. Let me see it. If you're ready, put note takers or the money makers in this bad boy, man. Let's go. If you ready, put note takers or the money makers. All right, because we getting ready to do this thing. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I'm going to let Mr. Tracy get his thing. There we go, Jen. Come on, keep it coming. All right, so there's going to be exercises in here as well that we're going to do tonight, guys. These things are going to be so critical to what we do. And if we can go through this, guys, we can go through this, man, you are going to start to see some amazing things happen. I've already started doing, some of these things, and I've already seen the changes immediately. I mean, I'm talking about immediately. All right, so let's get it popping, guys. Here we go. This is Brian Tracy, Secrets of the Self-Made Millionaire. All right, we are going to discuss it. If there are points that you are interested in, put them in the chat, or also raise your hand, guys. This is an open floor. This is not a place where you're just gonna hear me talking. That's not how we rock and roll in Kpcfx, man. I'm not the smartest person in the world. There may be somebody who hears something out there who hears something I don't hear, and brings it to my attention. So that's what we do here: education through inspiration and communication. All right, that's our thing. Okay, so just raise your hand if you got questions, comments, concerns, or put them in the chat. One of my wonderful corporate team, leadership, or elite trading team, we got you. Okay, so here we go, fam. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I have some good news for you. More people are going to make more money in the next few years than have been made in all of human history. In the year 1900, there were 5,000 millionaires in America. In the year 2000, there were 5 million millionaires. That's an increase of 1,000 times. Now, there was a leveling off in 2001, 2002. In the last 2 years, the number of millionaires has jumped 33%. It's jumped to 8.2 million millionaires in America, and virtually all of them are self-made, which means they started without a pot to you-know-what in or a window to throw it out of. And they've made it in one generation. When we look at the wealthiest people in America today, Warren Buffett, Michael Dell, of course, Bill Gates, Paul Allen, and the Walton family, all first-generation multi-billionaires. We have a $12 trillion economy today that is growing at the rate of $500 to $600 billion a year, and all that money is going through somebody's fingers, and your job is to make sure it goes through yours and some of it sticks. Is that a good goal for today? And my job is to show you how to do it. The good news is that all the answers have been found. Self-made millionaires have been studied exhaustively. They've been analyzed. They've been interviewed by the hundreds of thousands and millions. And what we know is exactly who they are and what they do and how they think and how they tick and the decisions they make and the things that they do and they don't do. And the wonderful thing is this: if you do what other successful people do, you eventually get the same result that they do. Now, some people say, well, I started off without any money and I don't have any money now. Well, join the crowd. Nobody's got any money. Most people are broke up into their 40s and 50s. So if you're broke today, you're just one of the gang. The only question is, do you stay there? And the answer is no. Now, when I started off in this many years ago, I came from very poor beginnings. I did not graduate from high school. I finished in the half of the class that makes the top half possible. When I left school, I dropped out of high school. I could only get laboring jobs. I was told, by the way, if you don't get a good education, you won't do well in life. Don't get good grades, you won't get a good job. Don't go to college, you won't do well, and so on. And I believed that for a long time until I found there's hundreds of thousands, millions of people who dropped out of high school who went on to become millionaires and billionaires as well. The reason I say that to you, by the way, is don't let it hold you back. Don't let any experience that you've ever had in your life act as a brake on your potential, because there's hundreds of thousands of people who've had it worse than you could ever dream of, who've gone on to accomplish wonderful things.
I just want to pause it right there, guys, because that's a major point. All right. And listen, the information we're going to get here is going to help your whiteboard send you on a trajectory towards self-made millionaire, SMM, as I call it. Right. All right. So that is a major point right there, guys. I'm going to play that back just a little bit so you can hear that one more time.
On your potential, because there's hundreds of thousands of people who've had it worse than you could ever dream of, who've gone on to accomplish wonderful things.
There's hundreds of thousands of people who had it worse than you could ever dream of that's gone on to accomplish wonderful things. All right, guys, write that down. All right, these are things you need to read and see every day.
So, I worked at laboring jobs for several years. I worked in construction. I worked on farms and ranches. I worked in factories putting nuts on bolts hour after hour. And one day, in a state of frustration, I began asking this question. Why is it that some people are more successful than others?
All right, who can give me some answers to that question? Why is it that some people are more successful than others? You can raise your hand or you can put it in the chat. Just really think about these things, guys. You got to get your brains working, guys, and you got to start thinking about your own life, your own success. All right, what are some answers to why some people are more successful than others? Let me see. I see determination, focus, mindset, no quitting them. They never quit, determined, consistent. That seems to be the theme here. All right, they do what others won't, dedicated, burning desire. A lot of that I see is that determination, driven, drive, grinding hard. Okay, so it's that hunger that. All right, good question. All right, I wanted to get y'all answers. All right, now let's listen.
Now, in the Bible, there's a line that says, "Seek and ye shall find, for all who seek, findeth. Ask and the door will be open." So I began asking other successful people, what are you doing differently from me? And they told me, and I did it, and I got better results. I got into sales when I could no longer get a laboring job, like many of you. And in sales, I noticed that one of the guys in my company was making 10 times as much as anybody else, and he was selling the same product out of the same office at the same price to the same people under the same conditions, and he was making 10 times as much as anybody else. So I went and asked him, what are you doing differently from me? And he told me, and I did it. Now, what I discovered, which changed my life and which brought us here today, is I discovered the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect, sowing and reaping, action and reaction, is the great universal or iron law of the universe. What it says is that everything happens for a reason, is that there are no causeless effects, is that even if we don't know what is causing the effect, we trace it back. It's the basis of the scientific process, of all medical research, of all marketing, of all business, is if you can define an effect that you want, you can trace it back and find somebody who at one time did not have that effect, and then find out what they did, and then do the same things, and you eventually get the same results. We say.
Now, does everybody understand what that means? The laws of cause and effect. And I want to make sure that you really understand what that means, because that's such a simple design when you think about it, guys. The laws of cause and effect. You know, there's no causeless effects. Okay, so what Brian is saying here is, if you want to become, let's take trading for an example. If you want to become a successful trader, right? If you want to become a millionaire, a seven-figure trader, all right, you want that effect, then you can go and find somebody who has already made that seven-figure effect, right? And trace it back to when they didn't have that effect and what cause they used to create that effect. All right, guys, it's such a simple game plan. All right, and I really wanted to stop and say that because I want you to have an understanding as he continues to talk about what these things are, because as we move further in this video, you're gonna find out what the general idea is, and it's probably something you've been doing forever. All right, let's go.
That success is not an accident. Failure is not an accident. Success leaves tracks. So if you just follow the tracks of other successful people, no matter where you're starting from, you eventually get to the same place that they get. Well, this was a shocker for me, because, and I learned later in psychology, by the way, that one of the two most important things we need to have to be happy and healthy is a sense of control, a feeling that we are in control of our lives, that things are happening for a reason, and a sense of coherence, a feeling that things fit together. Well, when I realized the law of cause and effect explained everything, I got, wow. So in sales, I went to the top of my sales force. I read and I learned, attended courses, and especially I applied what I learned. And then when I got into sales management, I again read the books and took the courses and asked for advice. And when I got into real estate and importation and development and manufacturing and distribution and a whole series of businesses over the years, the first thing I did is I asked, how does it work? How do people succeed in this field? And then I buried myself and immersed myself. I spent hours and hours and hours studying, and then I did what the most successful people did. Interesting point. We say that nature is neutral. In other words, nature doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care if you're tall or short or male or female or black or white, educated or uneducated. Nature doesn't care. All that nature cares is that you do what successful people do. It's like making a recipe. Nature doesn't care if you follow a recipe. If you follow the recipe exactly, you get the dish. Nature doesn't care who's doing it. And that's the wonderful thing about our society. It's
Nature doesn't care, y'all. Put it in the chat. Nature doesn't care. Nature does not care. All right? You follow the tracks. Success leaves tracks. Nature does not care. All right? It doesn't matter who does it to be successful. All right? As long as you what? Do it. There we do it. Do it. Nature does not care, guys. How beautiful is that? It's just like a recipe. Success is the exact same way. It does not care. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have 5 degrees. It doesn't matter if you have no degree. Okay, nature does not care. If you do the work, you reap the rewards. All right, let's go.
basically like justice. It's blind, is nature doesn't care. In fact, there are a lot of people who are not as smart and not as talented as you who are doing vastly better than you, not because they're better, but because they're just following proven success methods. There's nothing that will make you madder than to see somebody who's dumber than you, who's making more money than you.
Come on, man. Y'all ever been mad at that? Don't act like you ain't never been a hater. Don't act like you ain't never hated on that person. You know you smarter than them. You know it. Why are they winning like this? Right? Y'all feel me? Come on, man. Y'all, let's be real tonight. It's about being real with yourself. We've all done it. I've done it. I've seen someone I know just not smarter than me. What the heck? Why are they winning?
What in the hell? How in the world? Who in the world?
You know why they're winning?
You already know.
Nature doesn't care.
Following the recipe.
Follow the recipe. But that will make you mad though. I thought that was so great. It was like he called me out. It's like, darn, I was hating one time. I know I'm smarter than them, man, but they winning, you know, but listen, nature doesn't care. They follow the recipe. Follow the recipe. All right, let's go.
Right? Have you had that experience? So what we do is we use proven success methods. We just find out what they are and we do them over and over again. Quick point, nothing works the first time. Okay, please understand that. Nothing works the first time. What is the average number of times that a person tries with a new goal before they give up? Can you guess? Well, the average is less than 1, because most people give up before they try even once. They say, that's a great goal. I'd love to be financially independent. And then they give up. They don't even try. They say, but I couldn't because of this and because of that and so on. And then they move away to a wonderful place called Someday I'll. You ever heard of Someday I'll? Someday I'll start saving money. Someday I'll get out of debt. Someday I'll lose weight. Someday I'll start a business. Someday I'll get serious about my finances. And most people live on Someday I'll.
Man, who's lived on Someday I'll? I want you to write it down. I'm never living on Someday I'll ever again. All right? When you make that decision to never live or never visit or never vacation at Someday I'll, that's someday I'll start trading. Someday I'll start a live account. Someday I'll use a stop loss. Never again. When you stop visiting Someday I'll, guys, you're going to just completely obliterate certain things in your life, like procrastination, hesitation. All right. So put that on your vision, on your whiteboard. Someday I'll is off limits. Never again. All right. Never again will we go to Someday I'll. Let's go.
Your job and my job is to vote yourself off the island, right? And we start taking control of our lives. Well, about some years ago, I was called by a major businessman, and he asked me if I would do a talk for his 800 entrepreneurs that own separate franchises within his organization on how to become a self-made millionaire. And I said, sure. When you're a young speaker, you agree to speak on any subject. Sure, I'll speak on that subject. Now, I was just like most people. When I was young, I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. And when I hit 30, I put it off to 35, and as I got to 35, you put it off to 40, and then you kind of just don't look at it anymore. You forget about it and feel the deck is stacked against you. Well, I was about 38, 39 when he called me up and asked me. I said, sure, no problem. And I said, now, what do I know about self-made millionaires? And this is a shocker. I didn't know anything. Oh, I knew that they had more than $1 million, but that's a real basic piece of knowledge, you know. So I started thinking, what do I know about it? So I began to study them. And that's when I found out that they've been studied so thoroughly, is we know everything there is to know about them. They are a source of incredible fascination. And there's 50 years of research. So I began to read the studies and find out where they came from and what they did and how they thought and where they started and the decisions they made and the kind of people they were. One of the things that I learned, by the way, is that becoming a self-made millionaire is not the important thing. What is really important is the person you have to become a self-made millionaire. You have to become a totally different human being. My friends, one of my friends says that in order to achieve something you've never achieved before, you have to become someone you've never been before. And it's a really important insight, is the qualities that you need to develop, qualities on the inside to become a self-made millionaire, are incredible qualities that make you a vastly better person.
Okay, that part made me stop when I was watching this for the first time, guys, because to become a millionaire, you have to become a completely different person, all right? The qualities that you need to become a millionaire will vastly make you a better person. And guys, I want to tell you why that resonated with me. Because as I started becoming really good in trading and this further in the video, this will come into play because he talks about excellence, right? As I started becoming very good, very, very good in trading, I noticed that the success wasn't the money, it was the person I was becoming. I was like, oh my God, Lord, I'm helping people and they're liking it, they're accepting it. And not only that, I'm learning how to make a living, but I feel so good about this over here. The money is just okay, whatever. Guys, that's real. And I wanted to stress that because I'm living that. You understand? As I'm saying this, it's like I'm shaking because I'm actually living that, because true success, not doing things underhanded and behind the, you know what I'm saying? True success is, yes, Carmen, blessed to be a blessing. I promise y'all. Put that on your whiteboard. Okay? To be a millionaire, you have to become a completely different person. And the qualities that you need to become a millionaire will vastly make you a better person. Now, I want you to write these things down, because when you look at them after this and, you know, a week from now, I want you to dissect them and find out, what are these qualities? What are these things? For me, it was everything that's in our mission statement: family, hope, love, you know, self-education. You know, I wanted all of those qualities. You see what I'm saying? So that's real. That's a key point to me. That stuck out. And like I said, guys, I'm going to point out those things that are real, like particular, just things we can really get deep into. But that was major to me, and I felt like we should point that out. Let's go.
Not only better in terms of character, determination, discipline, decision-making, strength, and so on, but they make you a far better person. They round out your character in a far better way. So the real payoff of becoming wealthy is not because you can eat more, because how many more meals can you eat? How many more clothes can you wear? But it's the kind of person that you become, and then the kind of people that you associate, the kind of life that you have. And so the things that we're going to talk about now, and I know that you're some of the smartest people in our country, so I'm going to give you these ideas very quickly, like dealing cards. What I found in my research is that there's a series of qualities that self-made millionaires have. If you have these qualities, your success is virtually guaranteed. And if you don't have these qualities, the qualities are learnable. Point number one is that all business or sales skills are learnable. All financial skills are learnable. If you can drive a car, you can learn any skill. If you can drive a car, you can learn the skill. Now, number two is you're probably only one skill away from doubling your income right now. You're probably only one skill away from setting yourself on the road to becoming a self-made millionaire. That turns out to be the case for almost everyone.
All right, let's go back over those again. My goodness. All right, qualities of a millionaire, guys. All right, he said these qualities are guaranteed okay? Listen to this. After he just told you there's been 50 years of research on how these people make millions, okay? These qualities are guaranteed. And if you don't have these qualities, they are, who remembers, who was listening? They are what? Yes, Siobhan. They are learnable, all right? Guess where that puts you? That puts you in the bracket of anybody can do it. That means there's no exception. If you ain't got it, you can get it. Okay? And these qualities are guaranteed, guys. I don't know about y'all, but when somebody's talking millions, I love the word guaranteed. I just love to hear those words in the same sentence, like millions and guarantee. Like any way you can kind of, put them together, millions and guarantee. Like, I like that. All right. So he said, all business and sales skills are learnable. All financial skills are learnable. Write it down. All business and sales skills are learnable. All financial skills are learnable. All right. Number 2 quality. You're probably one skill away from doubling your income. Find it immediately. Don't wait. It's learnable. That's right. That's what all we have to be is teachable and coachable. And you're going to see that reoccurring theme through this. You're going to listen to this. You're going to see it's a major part of becoming a millionaire. All right, guys. All right, let's keep it rocking.
And if you don't know what that skill is, maybe over the course of the time we spend together, it'll jump out at you. But whatever it is, you've got to find it out and go to work on it because it is learnable. It's a learnable skill. People say, well, I've never been very good with money. Well, get over it.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is you can learn what you need to learn to achieve anything that you want to achieve. So the success secrets of self-made millionaires. Give yourself a score of 1 to 10. And if you are weak on one of these, it can be enough to hold you back. If you're strong on all of these, then there's no limit to what you can accomplish.
All right, I want to stop there because this is where you guys, he's getting ready to give you these secrets, all right? And the reason I want to stop this right here is because of what he just said, all right? As we go through these secrets, each one has a title, all right? When you go back to this, I want you to figure out and do exactly what he said. Figure out if you are weak, where you are weak, because just one area, okay? And that was key with what he just said. Not you can make it with 8 of them or 9 of them, with just one area of being weak in these secrets can hold you back. So what he said was, once we get through these, give yourself a rating for each one from 1 to 10 to see where you are, okay? All right, write that down so that you don't forget to do that, because he kind of threw that in there real quick, like at the beginning. I was like, oh no, I got to make sure that we get that. So write that down so that you don't forget that once you have all of the secrets written down, okay? And that way you can go through and evaluate on a 1 through 10 scale of where you are. That way you can identify your weak spots. All right, y'all ready? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all fired up, man? Let's go. Let's get it.
The first is to dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Practice what is called back from the future thinking and project forward. Develop a vision of yourself as happy, healthy, wealthy, thin. Practice what top people practice, which is what is called idealization. You project forward several years and that you imagine that your life is perfect in every way. Imagine that you have no limitations. Imagine that you have all the time and all the money and all the friends and all the contacts and all the education, all the experience, and that you could be or have or do anything you want in life. If you could, what would it be? If your life were perfect in 5 years, what would it look like? How much would you be earning? How much would you be worth? What kind of a family life would you have? What kind of health would you have? What kind of car would you be driving? What would your life be like if you could wave a magic wand and make it perfect in every way? Now, what we have found is
Now we're going to get into that because I tried this, right? I tried this with Tina, right? I told Tina, let's try this. She didn't know what I was doing, but I wanted her to try this idealization, right? Where you imagine you have it all. The money, the friends, the contacts, the education, experience, you imagine you have it all. And it was interesting, guys. It was interesting listening to her response because it just showed me how much we literally limit ourselves by the way we are taught, all right, in traditional school. Because I asked her to give me your perfect scenario. If you could have everything you want, no, there's no limitation. And she sold herself short. She stopped so short of so many things. Guys, if somebody asks you, if they give you $10 million and tell you you can go buy whatever you want, it is not going to take you long at all to start going through things. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna buy this, because you got it to buy it with, right? It's the same thing here, guys. Don't limit yourself. All right. The message here is dream big dreams. All right. See it all, vision your success and lifestyle. Every single little thing. This is a technique called idolization. All right. If your life was perfect in 5 years, what would it look like? Every aspect. All right. Every aspect. Okay.
This is the starting point of great riches, and it's the starting point of great success in life. Is for you to have a dream or a vision of a wonderful future.
That is the starting point. The very beginning, guys. If you don't have a dream, if you don't have your goals, all right, and the biggest dreams, right, then you'll never start. This is the starting point of the great future.
Here's an exercise that we give people in our audiences, is take a sheet of paper and make up what is called a dream list.
All right, that's what we're going to do. Everybody got it ready to write? All right, get your sheet of paper out. We're getting ready to do this, all right? Take your sheet of paper out, get your whiteboard out, whatever you're writing on. All right, we're going to write a dream list. All right, let's listen to his directions, then we'll go through it slowly, guys. Let's get to work.
Now imagine this is kind of like a kid's Christmas list, and that it just allows you to just run wild and just write down everything that you could think of that you could possibly want. I had a friend who I taught this to, and he got so excited about it, he bought a spiral notebook, and he began writing. And he'd go through the newspaper, and every single thing he saw in the newspaper that was nice, he wrote it down as a goal. He ended up, first time through, with 330 goals. With the end of the month, he had 500 things that he wanted. The interesting thing was that his life exploded. He activated the law of attraction, and he began to attract into his life people, circumstances, ideas, resources, insights that began to move him toward the accomplishment of the goals, and began to move the goals toward him.
Okay. All right. So write immediately, guys. And this ain't nothing you got to finish now, but just as quick as you can, off the top of your head, write down your dream list. All right. This is where you run wild. You think of everything in the world, in life, that you could possibly want. All right. Like you said, basically a Christmas list. All right. Write down your dream list. I want you to start that now. Write it down. Like he said, you can have 300, 400, 500 things. All right. And when you create this dream list, you are putting it in the universe. The law of attraction ignites, and you start creating the plans and the pathways to cross out the things on that list. So start that now. You start it now. This list may never end. All right. All right. Who wants to come off mute and tell us some of their first few dreams? Who wants to put it in the universe? Let's go. I want to hear your voice.
It's Heidi.
Let's go, Heidi. What you got?
I'll have 4 houses in the next 2 years. Right now I have none.
Speak it.
California, South Carolina, Arizona, and Florida.
Okay. Okay, that's all you want? That's all you see?
Oh no, that's just number 1.
Oh, okay, let's go.
My next car, I have my Camaro now. My next car is a Corvette. Like those are my biggest things right now as far as
you see this. Hold on, stop here.
Isn't that the problem?
I get it. I get it. But listen,
my next thing is like I just want to help people, and I have to figure that part out.
Right. And there you go. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, open your mind. When I say you can run wild, dream big, guys. If you want a space shuttle, write down a space shuttle. Okay. Okay. Dream big, nothing holding you back, guys. And when I did this exercise with Tina and I seen what it did, it made me look at myself and was like, wait, I limited my list subconsciously. I limited my list subconsciously by thinking about what I could afford and what I couldn't afford, what I could realistically see and what I couldn't realistically see. No, run wild. If you want it, if you can dream it, put it on the list, if that's your desire. Okay. Okay, Heidi.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Antoinette, come on up. Let me hear your list real quick. Then we're gonna get rocking and rolling. What you got, Antoinette?
Okay, so most of you guys, some of you guys know, I moved into a condo right around boot camp time. So the first one is Furnish My Forever Home, which is my condo I moved into. The second one, well, it's better time with my kids, financial freedom, 10,000 a month, an electric car.
Let's go.
Retire my job, a headstone for my dad, and retire my aunt. And I stopped there because you called me.
Right. Let's go. All right. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Run wild.
I'm specific. Listen, I know what I want.
And the thing is, you're gonna see that in this video as we go in it. He's gonna say the same thing. The more specific, the better. All right, beautiful stuff. Claudia, I see you in the chat. Unlimited finances, perfect health, private jet, private yacht. Guys, write all of these things down. Dream big. Big. Let's all dream big together, guys. We will accomplish these things. This is the beauty about doing it together with a whole crew. Some of us are going to have similar goals. Some of us are going to be able to help each other out and go on the same journeys. How about that? That's crazy, right? So dream big. Write down your dream list. All right, write down your dream list. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Let's go.
Number 2 is to do what you love to do. Whenever you find people who are really successful in life, they're people who do what they love to do. They love their work. The great rule for success in life is to find something that you love to do and then find a way to make a living doing it. Now, when you find what you love to do, it'll be something that gives you energy, it motivates you, it enthuses you. It's probably something that you were meant to do from the time you were born. And when you ask self-made millionaires, what sort of work do you do? They'll often say, I've never worked a day in my life. I just do what I like to do. I had a graduate in my course once who came up to me and said, you know, that's interesting. He said, when I was a little boy, I loved to study airplanes. He said, I got airplane books and I had airplane models and I had toy planes and then I got into competitions with remote controlled planes. He said, when I grew up and went to school, I studied aeronautical engineering. He said, today, he said, I'm 35. He said, I own 3 companies. One builds small aircraft. Another one repairs and services small aircraft. Another one is in leasing and chartering small aircraft. He said, I've never worked a day in my life. He said, I've just played with planes since the time I was a kid.
Wow. Come on. Did you hear this? He said he'd never worked a day in his life. He just played with planes since the time he was a kid because he's doing what he loves to do. Guys, all right, the great rule of success, what Brian says, is to find something you love to do and then find a way to make a living doing it. Find something you love to do and then find a way to make a living doing it. He said it gives you energy, it gives you motivation. And not only that, it's probably something that you were born to do, something that you were in love with doing as a kid. As a kid, the guy played with planes as a kid. He loved to do it. So he grew up and he created multiple streams of income playing with planes, different aspects of planes, right? So that's extremely important that you find something you love to do, all right? And what I want you to do as well is create another list, right, of things that you love to do. Now, this isn't something that Brian said, do. This is something I just did on my own. I was like, let me make a list of things that I love to do, all right? So once you make that list, right, of things you love to do, or also, don't leave this out, also make a list of not only things you love to do, but things you are interested in learning. Remember, it's all learnable, okay? Interested, even things you're just interested in, guys, because, and the reason I stress that is because of this. I was thinking about this today, is because you can invest in these areas. You don't have to go all in. You can invest in these areas because you have some knowledge, you love it, and you can create multiple streams of passive income. For example, my chickens outside. I'm not the chicken master, but I love those chickens. I like playing them. I'm breeding those chickens to show them, to win prizes. like Cicely's multi-poo business that she's going to start. She's going to breed multi-poos to make families happy, right? Because they're like the cutest dog you could ever see. Oh my God. And I'm not like a cute guy, but it's the cutest thing. It just breaks all the thugs down. Okay. It's a beautiful, cute dog. Right? Just thinking about it has got me like, it's so fluffy. Okay. But that love, all right, will never feel like work. Right? It will never feel like work. Okay. Same thing with my soccer. I have a soccer clothing line that I'm working on. All right. Why would I make a soccer clothing line? Why not be a professional soccer player? Okay, I'm past that. I can't be a professional soccer player now, but guess what? I love soccer. I know everything about soccer. Not only that, guess what I figured out? Everyone who has anything to do with soccer, I also know. So if I created a soccer product, which I know because I know all of soccer, then I can sell that product to all of these people that I know in soccer who would be willing to buy it because they trust me because they know I know soccer. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So focus on these things that you love, and it doesn't ever feel like work. That's why I'm so excited on every call. I'm never bored because I love trading. I've told y'all that a million times. Every call is like my very first one and my very last one. I treat it like that because I love it. I get excited when I get on with y'all in every New York session because I love to do it. That's how I knew I was not going to fail at it when I started trading, because when I started falling in love with it, I was like, oh my God, there's no way. That's what made me excited, because even though I hadn't made a single dime, even though my portfolio was all in the red from all those lessons, I knew that I love doing this. And oh my goodness, I'm going to follow a blueprint that one day I'm going to be successful at it. And we're going to get into that going down the road, down the line, those blueprints. But that's fire. That's right, y'all. I see it. That's crazy, right? Do what you love. Write down the list. You can't do what you love if you don't know what you love. How you going to do it? Write it down. We taking action tonight. Put action in the chat. We writing it. Action. Writing is an action. We're not talking about it, posting it on Facebook. Writing is an action. Write it down. We taking action tonight, y'all. I don't know what they doing, but we taking action. Let's go. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything out of that. Just some key points I wanted to go over. Let me see. He says, yep, the great rule. Okay, we went over that. All right, so cool. All right. Also, he says, go back to when you were a kid to seek the answers. All right, and that's kind of what I was saying with the guy who came up with the planes business. Go back to when you were a kid. Think about your childhood. What were you doing back then? What did you love so much? You could probably find the answers to your success there. Okay?
So one of the things that you can do is go back to the time when you were young, as a child between the ages of 7 and 14, before you discovered boys or girls. And what is it that you really love to do? And you'll often find that within that is something you're supposed to do as an adult. Number 3 is commit to excellence. Now this is really, really important, and I had a hard time with this as a young man because I was never good at anything. I was never picked for any team, and if I was picked, I was the first person cut. I got lousy grades in every class. I got fired from multiple jobs. I even got fired from a job pumping gas once. Can you imagine that? Being fired for pumping gas because you're no good. They came out and said, you're no good at pumping gas. How can you be no good? Little old ladies can pump gas, and here I was no good at pumping gas. Anyway, so I got fired. I went from job to job. And then I discovered that all people who are successful are excellent at what they do. You know the old question they asked Willie Sutton, the bank robber, why do you rob banks? He said, well, that's where the money is. Well, being in the top 10% is where the money is.
Write that down. All people who are successful are not just good, not okay, not not average. They are what? They are excellent at what they do. All successful people are excellent at what they do, guys. And where does that excellence lie? In the top 10% of your field. All right. Commit to excellence, guys. You have to commit to not being mediocre, not being an okay trader. You know what I'm saying? Not being a trader that, you know, might win here and there. You have to commit to being the best trader to have the best possible optimal results, guys. And I'm just using trading as a reference, but this is for all aspects of life right now. This is personal and professional development. Commit to excellence. All right, now he's about to get into this top 10%. Let's go. Write that down. That's right, Trav.
So what you have to do is you have to pay any price and make any sacrifice to get into the top 10% in your.
Whoa, did y'all hear that? Now, this is from the words of millionaires. Okay, now this is for all of those people who complain about how much it costs, how much time it's going to take to get there, how much you ain't got time to do it. Did you not hear what he just said? You have to commit to be willing to pay any price for this, to be a millionaire. All right, willing to. Let's let him get in deeper.
Your field. Now, here's the good news. If you're doing what you love to do, you will want to be in the top 10% in your field. If you don't want to be excellent at what you're doing, it means you're in the wrong field. It just means that you're marking time, you're treading water. And there's a lot of people who are in their field and they do their job and, you know, they go home at night, they don't think about their work and so on. And this kind of an attitude means that you have no future. You have a very shaky present. That crackling sound you hear is the ice breaking under your feet, okay? And you have no future, because if you're not doing what you love to do and throwing your whole heart into it, you're just marking time. But everybody is designed so that there is something that you love to do that you can do well. And the fact that you...
Two keys. If you're not doing what you love to do and throwing your whole heart into it, you're wasting time. Just wasting time. It's mediocrity. It's what you're settling for. All right? Throw your whole heart into it. Okay? And also he said, everybody is designed to do something well, and the ability to excel at it because of the fact that you love it. Once again, reaffirming that anybody can do this. All right. It is in our chemical makeup. We are designed, all right, to do something well, to be good at something. You have to find what that is. All right, let's go, Brian.
You love it means that you probably have the ability to excel at it. So make this decision to get into the top 10%. And let me tell you what changed my life. Here I was struggling in my late 20s, and I learned this. It was a breakthrough thought. Is that everybody's in the top 10% started in the bottom 10%. Everybody who's doing well was once doing poorly. Everybody who is at the top of your field today was once not even in your field at all and didn't even know it existed.
Wow.
What that means is that if you're willing to pay the price and work hard and make the sacrifices, you can get into the top 10%. Now, how long does it take? It doesn't take a week or a month. Most people are really impatient. And to achieve mastery in your field takes 5 to 7 years. People say 5 to 7 years. Geez, I'll be 5 to 7 years older before I start enjoying the big rewards. Well, how much older will you be in 5 to 7 years anyway?
Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Wait, Brian. What you say? Hold on. How much time will it take, family? All right. And this is right, Hadassah. Ain't that guy? You caught it too, right? Like, and this is why you got to listen to what people say to you sometimes. You know, when they ask you how long it took you to make it, to get this money, how long it took you to learn to trade. Why does it matter? The time is coming anyway. I think that's the best way I've ever heard it explained. The time is coming anyway. What are you gonna do? The 5 to 7 years is coming anyway. The question is, where are you gonna be when it gets here? And he's gonna go into that, but I had to stop that. Think about that. When people say that, when people ask you why does it matter? The time's coming anyway. If they ask you what, it'll take you 6 months, take you a year, why? 6 months, will be here in 6 months. The question is, where are you gonna be? What moves are you gonna make to be at what point in 6 months? All right, majorly important, guys. Always remember that the time is coming anyway. It's coming. Let's go.
Now, here's an important point. Are you ready? The time is going to pass anyway. The time is going to pass. 5 to 7 years from now, 5 to 7 years will have passed. The only question is, are you going to be at the top of your field, or you're still going to be down there with the mediocre 80%? And the wonderful thing is this is nobody's better than you and nobody's smarter than you. If anybody else is at the top of their field, it means that you can be at the top of your field. Just go to them and find out how they got there, because they started at the bottom. Now, it may take longer for some people and less for others, but everybody who puts one foot in front of the other and keeps moving eventually gets there. And that's where all the rewards are. And not only that, that's where all the joy in life is. When you're really good at what you do, you feel wonderful about yourself. You're respected and esteemed by everybody around you. You can write your own ticket. You can open any door when you're good at what you do, because you get up in the morning and you know you're good. And that is more important than the rewards that go with it.
Once again, I lived what he just said. When I got really good at trading, people started asking me questions. When I started getting really good at trading, people started trusting me. People started seeing me as a person who could do this. When I got really good at trading, my circle got bigger. And I built a company to teach people trading because I was getting good at what I do. Getting good at what I do. And that is going to be a bigger reward than the money, guys. Bigger reward than the money. All right. Woo, this is some good stuff, man. Y'all all right? Y'all good? Y'all all right? Is everybody okay?
Definitely. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Doing good. This is good.
Oh man, no doubt.
Yes.
We still going, guys. He about to get in it. I'm trying to tell you, we about to get in it. Heidi, you got a question? Come on up before I hit that play button.
I just wanted to make a comment, a post that I made on Facebook last month. I think it was. It says, you don't have life-changing money until you have enough money to change someone else's life.
I'm telling you.
That's the goal right there.
It is the goal. And what you start to figure out, guys, is that is the key. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, it wasn't that I was making the money. I was making the money, but it was like, why do I feel so good? Is it the money that's making me feel so good? Well, no, because I don't spend money. You can ask anybody. I don't buy stuff. I'm a guy who like very frugal. I live well below my means, right? So I don't spend money. So it wasn't that was it was you guys saying, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean, or saying, Sean, I did this. I learned and took away from what you said, and I made this accomplishment or had this aha moment. That was it. That was it. And I've strived for that, more and more of that than any amount of money, this whole journey. And that is the trajectory. That's what's going to take you to being a SMM, self-made millionaire. All
hey,
right?
Bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen though, you can take whatever you do best with you to your grave. You can't take the money with you.
Can't take it with you, sir. Can't take it with you. Cannot. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing.
The next key is to develop your unique talents and abilities. Every single person is designed from infancy with special talents and abilities that, if you develop them to their height, can enable you to accomplish anything you want in life. Everyone is genetically structured to be able to do something superbly, to do something they enjoy, to do it well, and to get great satisfaction from it. Peter Drucker often asks the question, what are you good at? What are you good at today? What should you be good at? What could you be good at? What will you be good at? And so one of the questions that we ask is, looking back in your life, what has been most responsible for your success up to now?
All right, let's write those down. These are major, okay? I got them wrote down for you. So questions you want to ask yourself are, what are you good at today? You need to know this stuff about yourself. You got to, let's get personally developed, family. Where are you today in life? What are you good at today? Ask that question, because you're going to need to answer those questions about yourself. All right. What could you be good at today? What could you be good at? All right. Next, what should you be good at? What should you be good at? And I think that's a strong and important one, especially when it comes to morals and ethics. You know, y'all feel me on that? What should you be good at? All right. And what will you be good at? That's like a decisive question, right? You see that? That's a decision. All right. What will you be good at? All right. And then this last question he asked before we go into it, he said, write this down. What has been most responsible for your success up to now? That's key. This stuff you got to know about yourself. How many of y'all had a lot of this information already logged in? Anybody? I don't want to be wasting nobody's time. If y'all already got this, you know what I'm saying? We just go sleep. All right, I'm gonna say it again. What has been most responsible for your success up to now? All right, you need to write that question down, and we got a couple more. All right, let's let it play.
What has been most responsible in the past? What is it that you have done that has gotten you the best results?
All right, those two right there. What has been most responsible for your success in the past? What has helped you see the most success in your past? All right, that's something you probably want to get back to, or something you want to pull up from back there that you were doing and apply that. Okay. The next question, he said, what has gotten you the best results through life? What has always gotten you the best results? All right, write those questions down.
Because as we said before, success leaves tracks. And if you look back into your past, you'll often find indicators that guide you to your future. Woo. Do you remember that fellow that won $300 million in the lottery? He was a high school physics teacher, and they asked him what he's going to do with it. He said he's going to take a week off and then get back to work because he doesn't want to give up his job teaching high school physics because he loves his work so much. That is a person who's in the right place for him, and now he can just drive to it in a nicer car. Anyway. Now, the next key to becoming a self-made millionaire is to see yourself as self-employed.
Okay, write this down. This is important. We're about to get into it. See yourself as self-employed. All right, and this is he really goes in on this. I want y'all to really listen. All right, on this way that you should approach, you know what I'm saying, your success. See yourself as self-employed, because this talks about the work, man. And I think this is major important for a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys work 9 to 5s still. All right, so I want you to really pay attention, write this, all right, and then take the key points under it. We'll discuss as we go through. Let's go.
What we found is the top 3% of adults in our society see themselves as self-employed. They see themselves as in charge of their own lives. When I started off my career as a young man, I was 21 years old, working as a construction laborer, living in a 1-bedroom apartment, broke, taking buses 2 hours every morning to get to work and buses 2 hours to get back. I still remember that, and I still remember a light going off one evening. I was sitting there in my little apartment, in my little kitchen alcove, and I suddenly realized that I was responsible, that I was in charge of my own life, that no one was coming to the rescue. And it was one of the great turning points in my life. So what you find is that all exceptional people are highly responsible people. They look upon themselves as self-employed. Sometimes I'll ask an audience, I'll say, how many people here are self-employed? And some people will raise their hand and some won't. I'll say, now what's the true answer to this question? And the true answer is that everyone is self-employed. The big...
Okay. This is major. He said, what you will find is that all exceptional people are highly responsible people. That right there can change dramatic things in your life. All right. Exceptional people are highly responsible people. All right. In your whiteboard somewhere, you make that commitment to handle all responsibilities. These things will correlate and coincide with goals and dreams. All right. You want to upgrade your responsibility level, because the millionaires have taught us and told us and educated us that exceptional people are highly responsible. Put it in the chat tonight. I am highly responsible. All right. Let's keep it going.
The biggest mistake you could ever make is to ever think you work for anyone else but yourself.
Woo! Stop there. The biggest mistake you can ever make is to think you ever work for anyone else other than yourself. And I want you to listen to what he says after this, but I have to focus on that. The biggest mistake that you could ever make is to ever think you work for anyone else other than yourself.
Even if someone else signs your paycheck for you all your life, the most valuable people in any organization are the people who treat the company as though it belongs to them. They see everything that happens as affecting them personally. They're not the 9-to-5ers, the no-hopers that say, yeah, well, I go to work. When I'm not at work, I don't think about my work. These people, somebody has told them that's a clever way to think. It's the way losers think. Winners think about their company, and when they're not there, they think about how they can do it better. When something happens in their company, they take it personally because they...
I just would like to stop and say right there that I got some winners on my team. I got some people that take it personal. I'm just happy. That makes me feel good, right? Because I know that I got some people on my team, right? I know that I'm doing something right here because I got some people who don't even get paid by me, and they take it personal. They call me with ideas for the company in the middle of the night, 4 a.m. You understand what I'm saying? I got people like that. They take the company personal. Those are the people I am going to rock with. This section is so important to me because this has almost been something that has almost crippled me a little bit, y'all, because I tend to just like welcome. I do that. It's just how I roll. I welcome, but I'm telling y'all that in this season, I am about to be selective with my people that I'm going to make these millionaire runs with. I am going to select those people who take it personal when things happen in this company, when they love it the way I do, right? I am telling you, okay? So let's listen to this a little further. I don't want to deal with, what did he call them? The 9-to-5ers and no hopers, the ones who come to work, oh, I'm just gonna clock in and I don't think about work when I go home. Yeah, I'm staying away from the 9-to-5ers and no hopers, guys. Do that in your life. Do that with your circle. You ain't don't hang with the 9-to-5ers and the no hopers. If they don't care how you feel, all right, and it's like I said, it's more than business, it's life. If that person that calls themselves your friend don't care that you sad that day, if they don't care that you crying, if they not jumping up and screaming happy when you happy, even though it don't affect them, that's a 9-to-5er and a no hoper. All right, they there, but they ain't. Boy, come on. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh, have mercy. Y'all better get them people in your life that take it personal when things happen to you. You better get them people in their life that take it personal when your business is doing good, even if they ain't on the payroll. Lock arms with them. Give them the raises, the promotions, give them the special treatment, the chance to have better education. Give that to them, not the 9-to-5ers and no hopers who complain about every single thing, what they don't get and what they should have and what they're entitled to. Not them. Let's go.
See themselves as highly responsible. As a result, they're paid more, they're given more educational opportunities, they're promoted faster, and these are the people that eventually, like cream, rise to the top of every organization and every industry, the top 3%. The next key to becoming a self-made millionaire is to develop a clear sense of direction. That's right. Developing a clear sense of direction means that you need to become intensely goal-oriented. We find that all successful people are goal-oriented. There's an old saying, you can't hit a target that you can't see. You've got to know what you want in every area of your life.
Let's go. Write it down. All right. Next section, develop a clear sense of direction. Develop a clear sense of direction. And what that means is you need to become intensely, not just, oh, I got a couple goals here, I'm and you thinking about it in your head. Guys, we writing this stuff down because we planning out these millions, all right? You have to intensely become goal-oriented, intensely. That means goals. Let me tell y'all how crazy it is with me, all right? So in the beginning, when we did that, that first little exercise and he told you to write down however many, I'm doubling everything. So when he tells me to write down 10, I'm writing 20. When he tells me to write down, you see what I'm saying? You gotta be that way and then some. You gotta commit to excellence. All right. So develop a clear sense of direction means you need to become intensely goal-oriented. Why? Because all successful people are intensely goal-oriented. You can't hit a target if you can't see it. You got to know what you want in every area of your life. All right, let's go.
Some years ago, I worked with the Hunt Oil Company in Texas. The Hunt Oil Company was founded by H.L. Hunt, who became the wealthiest self-made, multi-jillionaire, billionaire in the world. At his peak, he owned 200 companies and had a royalty income of $3 million a day. Most phenomenal man, by the way. And he was interviewed by a friend of mine on television before he died in the early 70s. And he was asked, what are the secrets to success?
Okay, let's go. Get your pens right.
He said, the keys to success have only been two through all my life, and I will tell you what they are. He said, number one, he said, decide exactly what it is you want and write it down and make a plan to achieve it. And number two is determine the price you're going to have to pay to get it and then resolve to pay that price.
Boom. Let's go. 2 keys to success. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know where everybody else is tonight, man, but this is where you need to be, boy. Number one, decide exactly what you want. Decide exactly what it is you want. Write it down and make a plan to achieve it. Decide exactly what you want. Write it down and make a plan to achieve it. All right. Key to success number 2, determine the price you're going to have to pay to get that success and freaking pay the price. He said make a resolve. I felt like that wasn't gangster enough. Freaking pay the price, man. To get it. That's going to be a recurring theme you're going to hear from this man through here, man. Pay it. You got to do it. Make the resolve. All right. Determine what it's going to take to get what you need and then pay it, man. Whatever that payment is, whether it's money, whether it's time, if that's what's going to head you to the success in your field, pay it. Okay. All right, let's go.
Now, where the law of sowing and reaping cause and effect, I learned an additional point to that. I learned that your current life today is the result of the price you've sown up to now.
Woo!
Is whatever you've put in, you get out. So whatever you're getting out today is a result of what you've put in. If you don't like what you're getting out, what you have to do is you have to put in something different.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all, let's talk about where we are right now. With your current situation, your current sitch, as my daughters would say, this your current sitchy. Okay. The current life you have today is the result of the price you've sown into it up to now. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that y'all put in more? And do y'all believe that y'all deserve more right now? Is that what y'all believe? That you're entitled or that you deserve more? Or do you believe that you're getting exactly what you've put into it up to this point? Okay. If you are not where you want to be right now, sow into your life. Invest into yourself. All right. If you're investing into things that don't progress you towards your success and where you want to be, guys, it's a waste of money, time, whatever resources you're using. If you're not where you want to be, sow it into yourself to get there. Okay. If you don't like what you get out of life, you've got to put in something different. You've got to put in something different. All right. If what you've put in so far hasn't got you there, it's time to put in more. Let's go. No holding us back. We're doing what it takes. All right, let's go.
What I found is that life is always just in the long run. So therefore, life says there's a price you have to pay, and there's 2 qualities. First of all, you have to pay the price in full for your success of study, preparation, hard work, and so on. And second of all, you have to pay the price in advance. You don't get it afterwards.
Simple. 2 qualities. All right. Life says there's a price you have to pay, and there's 2 qualities. Okay, number 1, pay the price in full for your success. Study, preparation, hard work, etc. Pay the price in full. Number 2, pay the price in advance. You don't get it afterwards. No more begging, pleading, no more letting people take advantage of you to do this, to do that. Guys, know your worth, all right? And if you want something, pay the price in advance to get the rewards after it. That's the way it works. You don't go to the store and get the candy bar, go home and eat it, then send the money back to the store.
The way the world works is first you put in what you need to put in, and then you get out the rewards. So you have to ask yourself, what is the price that you have to pay to achieve the success that you desire? And you have to write it down and make a plan and work on it every day.
Work on it every day.
Now, let me give you a quick exercise, which is my only take-home or homework exercise for our time together.
All right, guys, get your pens and papers ready. We got an exercise. All right, this is a good one. All right, this is a good one. Here we go.
I want you to take a piece of paper like this and write down 10 goals that you'd like to accomplish in the next 12 months. Write the word goals and today's date at the top of the page. Write down 10 goals you'd like to accomplish, and then ask yourself.
All right, we ain't gonna get to that yet. Right now, everybody, let's go. I'm gonna call on some of y'all to give me like your first 2 or 3, but right now, let's go. Let's do the work. It's action tonight. Write down 10 goals, all right, or as close as you can, that you want to accomplish in 2023. We are at the beginning of 2023 right now. So you've got those 12 months. So now is the time to do what? Take action. Write them down right now. All right, raise your hand if you want to give us a couple of your goals. All right, I want to hear from a few of y'all's people. And the reason I say this is because, like I said before, guys, people may have similar goals. You lock arms with people on similar missions, with similar visions, right? You may be able to help somebody get to a goal that may be able to help you get to a goal because y'all have similar goals, but they won't know if you don't talk to those people, if you don't network with those people, if you don't fellowship with those people like we're doing now. All right. So write down 10 goals that you want to accomplish in the next 12 months. By the time 2023 is over, right? What are your 10 goals? Somebody put their hand up, or so I can hear a couple of these goals, so I can know we working. Who's coming up? Who got this?
I will.
All right, let's go.
Pay off my 2 credit cards, pay off my house, pay off my car, retire, have a family reunion in Charlotte. You want all 10 of them?
Nope, that's good. That's good. Yvonne, come on up. Give me a few of your goals. Keep going till you got 10. Let's go.
My goal for 2023, at least 300K, a new car, and book 4 traveling trips.
Let's go. All right, keep going. Keep writing until you get to 10. All right, good. Everybody get your list, get your 10. All right, get your 10. All right, we getting ready to go to the next step. All right, here we go.
This great question. If you could only accomplish one goal on this list, but you could accomplish it within 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on your life? Now, this is a great.
Did you hear that? All right, here we go. All right, now get your 10 goals, guys. Get your 10 goals now, and ask yourself this question. If you could only accomplish one goal on this list, but you could accomplish it in 24 hours, which goal would have the greatest positive impact on your life? I want you to circle that. Okay. If you could only accomplish one goal on this list, but you could accomplish it in 24 hours, which goal would have the greatest positive impact on your life? Family, you guys have to be honest with yourselves. All right. This is personal development. Be honest, be realistic. Okay. All right. I want you to circle that goal. All right. Circle that goal that would have the greatest positive effect on your life. All right, Laura, come on up. You got a question before I push play?
No question. I had the answer for myself.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's your answer then? What's your main?
Be a successful Forex trader.
That's your number one. That would have the greatest power. Okay. All right. So, all right, this is the next step. Regine, come on up. Regine, tell me what you got. We getting ready to go to the next step.
Oh yeah. Happy New Year. Yeah, mine is to go back to doing morning miracle, because if I can do that, I can be on class in the morning, and that can open up a lot of doors.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. There we go. Circle it. All right. Here we go. Next part of the exercise. Let's get it.
Question, because it'll usually jump out at you. You say, that's the one. If I had this, that would have more of an impact on my life than anything else. Sometimes it's a financial goal, sometimes it's a health goal, sometimes it's a relationship goal. But whatever it is, put a circle around that goal, and then turn the page over and write it at the top of the page, set a deadline on the goal, make a list of everything that you could think of to do to achieve the goal, and then begin working on your list. And here's the kicker: do something every day.
There you go. flip that paper over, write that goal that's going to have the most positive impact on your life, the one you circled, all right? On the back of that page, all right? You set a deadline for that goal. Set a deadline for that goal, and then you make a list of everything you can think of to achieve that goal and begin working on your list by doing something every day that moves one step forward towards achieving that major goal. All right, the one that will impact your life positively the most. All right, on the back sheet of that paper, set the deadline, and then you write down every single thing that you can think of that's going to move you towards getting that goal. And then from this point on, from what's today's date? From January 2nd, all right, my sister's birthday, all right, you are going to cross something off of that list every single day. And I'm going to ask you if you did. I'm going to hold you accountable like a good friend should do. Okay? Everybody good on that? All right, cool. Let's keep it going, Brian.
Do something every day that moves you one step forward towards your major goal. My promise to you that this exercise, selecting your most important goal, making a plan, and working on it every day, will change your life in ways that you cannot imagine. They say that people begin to become great when they determine their major definite purpose, their number one goal, and work on it every day. It is the secret to becoming a self-made millionaire. It's the secret to great success in life. My promise to you is a week, a month, a year from now, you'll look back and you'll be absolutely staggered at the difference it makes. I was giving a seminar not long ago, and a gentleman came up to me. He said, you know that goal-setting exercise? It changed my life 10 years ago. He said, I was broke, I was divorced. He says, I was an alcoholic, and somebody dragged me to one of your seminars. He said, and I did that exercise, and I picked my major goal. He said, it changed my life. I said, in what way? He said, today, he said, I'm worth $40 million.
Stop playing. Just off of that one exercise. Just off of that one exercise, guys. 10 years later, the guy's worth $40 million. All right. I want to touch on something he said at the end. He said, people begin to become great when they determine their major definite purpose, their number one goal, and they work on it every day. So you need to determine your major purpose, your number one goal, and work on it every day. That is the whole idea of this exercise, and that is what you guys are going to do. All right, so let's keep this thing rocking and rolling.
I said, wow. He said, yes, and I owe it to that lesson. Next is refuse to consider the possibility of failure. Yes. It's the most amazing darn thing is that the fear of failure is the greatest single obstacle to success in adult life. Yep. And it's not failure itself, because each one of you is a professional failure. Each one of you has failed over and over and over again. Isn't that true? All of us fail. All human beings fail over and over. 9 out of 10 things that we try don't work out the way we expected. We have failures in relationships and in jobs and in careers and investments and everything. It's not the failure that holds you back. The failure makes you smarter. We say that it is the fear of failure, not failure, that holds you back. And the way that you overcome failure is you never consider the possibility of failure. The rule is this, is there's no such thing as failure, there's only feedback. Is when you try something that doesn't work, you get feedback, not failure. And recognize that most things you try aren't going to work the first few times. So what you do is you say, oh, that's an interesting bit of feedback. And you pick yourself up and you move forward and you have more feedback and you move forward. To become a self-made millionaire, you're going to fail over and over again, year after year after year. But your brain has a cybernetic mechanism, which means that every time you try something, you get feedback, which makes you smarter. And when you try something else, you get feedback, which makes you smarter. And eventually, you reach the point where you're too smart and you stop making mistakes. You start to do more and more things right and fewer things wrong. But you can't get there unless you have experienced the failures. Henry Ford once said that failure is merely an opportunity to more intelligently begin again. Now, let me.
All right, let's talk about this. All right, because this is major, guys, and we can associate with this fear, right, heavily in our field. Right? Because it plagues a lot of us, especially newer traders. right? Newer people who come in, this fear, and there's so many different types of fear. The fear of, missing out. We call it FOMO. When you develop the anxiety and fear, when you see that thing go into the red and you exit trades too quickly, or you jump in trades too soon, right? But what Brian is telling us is that we should not fear failure. All right, we shouldn't fear failure, and the way to overcome failure is to never consider the possibility of failure. That means we don't call it failure. Failure doesn't exist. Failure doesn't exist. There's no such thing as failure. There is only feedback. When you try something and it doesn't work, you get feedback, not failure. Learn from it. Okay, to be a self-made millionaire, you will fail over and over and over, year after year after year. All right, you will fail over and over and over, year after year after year, and that's what Brian's about to get into right now. Let's go.
Let me pass on one great rule to you, which has been discovered in interviewing self-made millionaires. Self-made millionaires look into every failure for something good. They say there's got to be something good in this that I can benefit from, and surprise, surprise, they always find it. Second is, self-made millionaires always seek the valuable lesson in every setback or obstacle or temporary failure, and they always find the lesson.
Now, I pay attention to key words, y'all, like always, and like words like guarantee. Those things are trigger words for me that make me really want to look into this. So if that's what you're telling me, there's always a valuable lesson in failure. There's always something good in failures. Guys, that is a strong statement, that it is always there. All right, that means the solution is always there, right? The easy fix is always there. All right, self-made millionaires look into every failure. They don't whine or cry about it. They look into every failure to find the solution or the good or the lesson. Okay.
Now, what do failures do? Failures whine and cry and think about what they've lost and blame their problems on someone else. Successful people say, what can I learn from this that will make me smarter next time? And my promise to you, those who seek find, is that if you go looking for a valuable lesson in the biggest problem that you're facing today, you'll always find the lesson. Here's another possibility. Your biggest problem today could be the biggest gift that you have ever received, because it may contain within it the lesson that will make you successful. If you stop thinking about what happened and who's to blame, and you start looking for the gift within your problem, sometimes it can transform your life.
Now, my people, I want to stop it there, because we life be lifing, like, right? I was gonna say that because Hadassah would probably say it like that. Life be lifing, okay? And I know life is going on for all of us right now in this current moment, right? And like I said, this is the moment where we are honest with ourselves, guys. All right. And I want you guys all right now to look into your biggest problem that you have going on today, the biggest one you have. All right. Because it could be the biggest gift you ever received, because it may contain within it the lesson that makes you successful. Okay. That is another exercise. Put that down. That is what you need to do. Look at the biggest problem that you have going on, and you look. All right, you look into it for the lesson, because that lesson could be the one that makes you successful. That is a trait of millionaires, of self-made millionaires. Right? They are extremely highly responsible people, problem-solving people. Okay, so that is one of the biggest things I need you to tackle for your personal and professional development. You got to tackle your biggest problems. You got to find the solution, the lesson in your biggest problems, not the failure. Find the feedback. That's right, Rom, only feedback. Find the feedback from that, and let's learn from it. All right, let's rock.
The next key is to dedicate yourself to lifelong learning.
Ooh, hold on. Y'all know that's my favorite one. Stop playing. You know, that's my favorite one. Me and my mama. Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. Boy, man, dedicate yourself to not 2 months learning how to trade, not 6 months learning how to trade, not a year learning how to trade. It's no big deal that you've been learning for 2 years. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, you've been learning to trade for 4 years. Okay, what does that mean? Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. Absolutely, Pri, and I'm glad you said that, because he's definitely going to get into that. Exactly what you said right there. That's how I know the mindsets of that we have are changing. And Pri, there's an example that that Brian Tracy goes into in here, and it made me think of you and the conversations we would have on the phone. You know what I'm talking about, when things was how they was. It made me think of you and how you bounced and didn't break, man. I just wanted to let you know that when he gets to this part where he talks about that. All right, but dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. Write it down on your whiteboard. Dedicate it here and now. I will always be a student. We say it all the time, right? We've been saying it. Always a student, always teachable, always what? Let me see who it is. Y'all always know how we say it. We do. We say these same things all the time. We already speaking millionaire language.
Learning.
There you go. Always teachable, always coachable. That's right. Always a student. Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. All right. That will enable you to develop, constantly evolve, constantly grow, constantly keep you ahead. That gives you further opportunities, you know. And as he said, the law of attraction will take place and people will gravitate to you, and the business that you are in will gravitate to you, and the income will gravitate to you because you are excellent at what you do. Why are you excellent at what you do? Because you've dedicated yourself to lifelong learning, which means you've dedicated yourself to lifelong evolution. Man, let's hear what Brian got to say about it. Let's go.
Now, what takes you from rags to riches is personal development, personal and professional development. In the 21st century, as Peter Drucker says, knowledge and skill are the keys to the 21st century. And the only thing that will be relevant, the only skill that will be relevant in the 21st century is the ability to learn new skills.
Oh my gosh. The 21st century, the only thing, the only skill that will be relevant in the 21st century, y'all, is the ability to learn a new skill. Why is that? I want to know if anybody can answer the question as to why that may be. Why do you think Brian may have said that? Why may that be one of the only relevant things out here in the 21st century, which is the ability to learn a new skill? Why is that? How do you want to answer that? Come on up.
I just say because everything is changing so fast. Like what you knew yesterday doesn't even matter today.
Oh my God, boy, y'all talking like this guy. He's gonna get into that too, Heidi. All right, Queen Hadassah, what you got?
A lot of things are going automation. I mean, they are working on things to where bots will be operating on people. They're already, it's a McDonald's somewhere. It's a McDonald's somewhere that's already fully automated. Like there are no humans.
No humans in there. Right. Absolutely. Okay. And you all are right. Those are all parts of it. But let me give you the most basic general answer to this question, guys. It is because of the era that we are in, family. We are in the age of information. This is the information age. This is the age where all of the ability to learn the new skills are available, which makes the market saturated, which means you're going to have children learning new skills because of the information that is available. You're going to have 10 times more millionaires at a young age. Are we not seeing these things now since the creation of the internet? It is the age of information. That means it is available to you. That is what I want you to take from this. The information is available to you to learn a skill or the ability to learn a new skill. It is there. With that ability, you can create all types of streams of income. This is the age of information. And those who know how to use it and convey it and monetize it make money. The biggest example of that today is our youth. Our youth who are born into this technology have came out swinging, creating young millionaires. Do you understand that? Right? Because they have the ability to learn these new skills. They're not going to wood shop class like we were. They weren't learning. They're not going to learn how to do carpentry and build houses and fences like we did. They're getting the information, all right? And they're taking the information that they're learning from these handheld devices, all right? And they're creating and monetizing a lifestyle. You can do the same thing, okay? Just remember what you have to do. Guys, we have to get this laborer working 9-to-5 mentality out of our brains. We have to get it out of our brains, guys, all right? The only skill that is relevant, will be relevant in the 21st century, is the ability to learn new skills. That's right, Carmen. YouTube University, Google University, Kpcfx University. I had to throw it in there. Let's go, right? The ability to learn the new skills, guys. That's what's going on in the 21st century. All right, Brian, let's go.
Because virtually everything you know is becoming obsolete at a rapid rate. Stephen Covey says that your current knowledge base has a half-life of 2 years.
Listen, Heidi.
Which means that half of everything you know will be irrelevant within 2 years.
Ooh, Heidi, did you hear that?
Heard that.
You heard, he just said what you said. And he gave you the time on it, right? Half of what you know, right, will be gone within, what do you say, 2 years?
Yep.
And 2 years from now, half more. So if
2 years from now, half more. So you have to, guys. It's not a question of should you. You have to constantly be learning and evolving, because half of the stuff you're learning in 2 years will be irrelevant. And
That
in 2
means
years
in
more,
4 years, everything is irrelevant.
exactly, everything. So you've got to continuously evolve to keep up in this information age. It's about 7 years old. It's not too old. It ain't too old. All right, you gotta evolve in this information age. All right, so let's listen to what he says about this.
Not continually learning and upgrading your knowledge and skills, you're not staying in the same place. As Pat Riley says, the basketball coach says, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. If you're not constantly learning, you're actually falling behind. So here are the 3 keys to continuous learning. Number 1 is read in your field 30 to 60 minutes each day.
Okay, these are the 3 keys to continuous learning. All right, write it down. These are the 3 keys to continuous learning. Okay, that's what he's about to go over. And the first one he said read in your field 30 to 60 minutes each day. That was the first thing he said before I paused it. All right, these are the 3 keys to continuous learning. Read in your field 30 to 60 minutes each day. Guys, we got a Kpcfx library that's off the chain. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, so here we go.
In other words, turn off the television, turn off the radio, put aside the newspaper, and just read in your field. The very best places to read, by the way, are books. Read books, the best-selling books written by the most successful people in your field, because books contain a wealth of riches that can enable you to function at a far higher level, to get much better results than you could before. So read 30 to 60 minutes a day. I've had people tell me, countless people over the years, that reading an hour a day has doubled and tripled their income within a year. The second thing you do is take every
Did you hear that? Y'all focus on that. Reading 30 minutes to an hour a day has doubled and tripled people's incomes in a year. Okay, think about that. All right, let's go. This is step number 2. Key to continuous learning, number 2, right here.
course that you possibly can.
Let's listen to what he just said, because this is important.
Triple their income within a year. The second thing you do is take every course that you possibly can.
What?
The courses and seminars that are available to you in your field that are given by professionals that are courses that have been developed over years and years and years. They have been tested and tested and tested. The person who is talking to you for several hours has spent thousands of hours learning their subject. They have dry tested this or done test runs with thousands of other people. When you take a course, you can learn enough information in 1 or 2 days, more than you could learn in 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years. Guys, number 2, take every course you possibly can. He didn't say pick and choose or which one was the cheapest. All those stuff that everybody asks you and all that stuff you probably did to yourself in the beginning. Don't lie. Let's keep it real with ourselves. Who did that? Who was picky? Who was choosy? Who made excuses to get the cheapest that they could? Even though life may have forced you to do that, still, that's what you did, right? Every course that you possibly can, guys, all right? Fully invest in your field. Right? These are millionaire traits, guys. This ain't I don't want to hear, oh, that's a lot of work. If that's the case, you're a 9-to-5er and a no-hoper. That's my new thing. I like saying that now. Don't be a 9-to-5er and a no-hoper. All right. If that's too much work for you. All right. Take every course you possibly can. He says the courses and seminars that are in your field by professionals who have spent years developing their techniques and methods. When you take a course, you can learn more in 1 or 3 days than 2 or 3 years. The information age. Guys, I'm trying to tell you. All right, that is step 2 of the 3 keys to continuous learning. Let's go, Brian.
Or maybe even a lifetime, all distilled and put together. People say, I can't afford a course. You cannot afford not to buy books. You can't afford not to go to courses.
Ooh, wait, hold on. He said, people say, what do you say people say? I can't afford to buy a course, or I can't afford to buy the books. He said, you can't afford to not afford the course if you want to be a self-made millionaire, right? You can't afford not to afford the course. So you better get out here and do what you got to do to get the education and the tools to put you on the right track. I don't want to hear that I can't afford it. You can't afford not to afford it. Look at your situation right now. How could you even say that? You can't afford to go lay down, put your head across your forehead and say, woe is me. You can't afford to, right? Man, that was powerful right there. Let's go.
Some years ago, I had a dentist, and he was a very successful dentist. I was recommended to me by a friend. And this dentist retired at the age of 53. And just before he retired, he sold his practice for about $2 million. Just before he retired, he told me why. He said about 8 years before, he had attended a dental congress in Hong Kong. This is from California. He'd flown all the way to Hong Kong to attend this international dental congress because there were specialists giving private lectures, sort of plenary sessions on the side. And he attended this session, and it was on a particular technique of cosmetic surgery that this dentist had developed that no one else knew, where you could basically straighten out a person's entire front jaw so they look beautiful at a very low cost, at a very high level of effectiveness. He came back and he began implementing this in his practice. People began flying from 500 to 1,000 miles away. Every dentist sent their families, members, and themselves to this dentist. He was able to charge whatever he wanted to charge. He said 8 years later, he retired as a self-made millionaire at the age of 53 to enjoy his money for the rest of his life from what he learned from one session at one convention at one course.
Wow. One session, one convention, one course. Y'all better not talk to me about not coming to boot camp. You never know where you're going to get it. You never know where you're going to have that breakthrough. And that man went to that one session, all right, that one course, and he was able to take a piece of information where he saw a need for the supply and demand in the market. He brought it back to the United States where the market was wide open, and he mastered that thing, and he was able to retire a self-made millionaire. Let me give y'all a true life example of that. The day I found out about volumes in trading. Took a course learned about volumes, and brought it back to people who would appreciate it because they wasn't getting it nowhere else. That's a true story. That's how I know this stuff is real. That's how I know it's real. I learned that stuff, and I brought it back to a place where it wasn't being given. And how many of you guys see the value of that education? How many of you? How was I able to, and this is business talk, this is me keeping it real with my people. How was I able to keep people coming back paying a membership here because of information that's not being offered anywhere else? Because I went and took one course, one class. I learned one thing that we needed. Y'all better stop playing. I'm just trying to be a little bit of an example here, y'all. I ain't got to my million yet, but I'm gonna hit that million in 2023. That's a guaranteed fact. Let's go. Let's go. All right. You can't afford not to afford it. I love that. Y'all pay for what you need, man. Pay for what you need. All right. I think we're doing very good offering what people need in this field, for this price. Pay for it. You can afford to pay for it, man. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be grinding it out for you. All right, let's go, Brian. Let's get it.
Now, that is a true story, and maybe it's an exception, but you can never tell where the information is going to come from. The third way that you can upgrade your skills is listen to audio programs in your car. The average driver drives 500 to 1,000 hours a year, 25 to 50,000 miles. If you listen to audio programs in your car, according to the University of Southern California, you will get the equivalent of almost full-time university attendance just listening to learning material as you drive around.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? Some people probably already do that, but listen to this. All right, the key to continuous learning number 3, listening to audio programs in your car. All right, now he says the average driver drives from 500 to 1,000 hours per year. That's 25 to 50,000 miles per year. If you listen to audio programs in your car, you will get the equivalent of full-time university attendance, just listening to learning material as you drive around. Full-time university attendance. Put that on your whiteboard. That is goals. I'm sorry. Goals. I ain't gonna lie. I've never really been one that does that. I drive. I like listening to music. I ain't gonna front, right? I'll do that. I'll listen to them at home, sure, but think about it in the aspect of how you can take advantage of that time when you are literally just driving, sitting at a stoplight, twirling your hair, fixing your mascara, bobbing your head to the music, or, at the red light, twerking on them headlights. Yeah.
Oh my God. But you know what? You also got to know yourself too, because I do it, but I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather not, because I feel like it'd be too much going on. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. At the end of the day, it's what you're going to accept, what you're going to put in. The whole point is what you can get out of this. All right, and the thing is, if you sacrifice that time where it's a lot going on while you're driving, right? Make that time meaningful enough that it's going to create you an income. All right, that's creating an income, right? When you're driving and you're educating yourself rather than having just a lot going on. So what I'm asking you to do is work toward it. Maybe you can't listen to it all of the time you drive. Figure out, pick those times, write down, right? Those times when you have the most peace when you're driving, then you hit play on that thing. Take advantage of the time is the main message here. I think that's more of what he's trying to convey, is it's about the time, guys. 500 to 1,000 hours we spend just in a car per year. Utilize some of that time. That's a lot of freaking hours. Okay. So utilize that time. All right. And the way to do that, Pre, is like I said, identify the most peaceful times that you can do that. You know, if that's a route that you choose to go, you know, if that ain't on your plan, then you know, that's how you rock and roll. All right. All right. So let me see. So many moms that it's the only time. Yep, no doubt. I love doing that. It might seem strange, but it brings me peace. I'm gonna try it. I've never done that in the car, so I'm gonna try that now. When I'm riding, I'm gonna start playing things, and I'm gonna see what that does, man. And if it has a profound effect, man, oh my goodness, yeah, I love it. I love things like that. All right. So, all right, let's keep this thing rock and rolling, guys. We getting right through it, man. We doing it tonight. Let's go.
It can totally and profoundly change your life. Very, very important. Here's an interesting point. The more you commit yourself to becoming the best person you can be, the more you like yourself and respect yourself, the more energy you have, the bigger goals you set for yourself, the more you persist. When you invest in yourself and you read and learn and upgrade your skills, you're telling yourself, wow, I am a person with a great future, and it's up to me to maximize my potential. And your self-esteem goes up, your self-respect goes up, your sense of personal pride goes up, and you started to get promoted more and paid more in every part of your life. Well, the next is to develop a workaholic mentality. In our society today, you hear all these people talking about take it easy, have balance in your life, relax, lean back, have fun at work, happy, get along with your coworkers. This is loser talk. Loser. Now, there's a time in your life when you can back off, have fun at work.
Let's go back to that.
The next is to develop a workaholic mentality. In our society today, you hear all these people talking about take it easy, have balance in your life, relax, lean back, have fun at work, happy, get along with your coworkers. This is loser talk. Loser. Now, there's a time in your life when you can back off, all right? You can take it easy, but that's when you've made it, not before you've made it. Because before you've made it, you're in a competition with hundreds of thousands of millions of other people, like at the Olympics, who also want to make it. And in order for you to win, you are going to have to work harder and work better and work smarter than they do. So the rule is to develop a workaholic mentality. What does this mean? It means that you start a little earlier, you work a little harder, and you stay a little later.
All right, you heard it. Listen, yeah, he was serious about that. That was some loser. Hey, Brian wasn't playing. And like, ain't nobody relaxing here, man. We getting it. I don't want to hear that. I'm putting in that work. Brian was serious about that. He said loser. All right. Now, what did Brian say here? All right, he says, hold on, let me go back to this. All right, develop a workaholic mentality. All right, develop a workaholic mentality. All right. And what that means is, and he broke it down into 3 little quick tips, and I'm going to give y'all these, write them down. He said, quite simply, start a little earlier, work a little later, stay a little longer. No, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Start a little earlier, work a little harder, stay a little later. There we go. Let me repeat that. Start a little earlier, work a little harder, and stay a little later. All right. Simple points to develop a workaholic mentality. All right, Brian, let's go into your 40+ formula.
Use what I call the 40+ formula. The 40+ formula says that working 40 hours a week gets you survival, and that's all. You work 40 hours a week, you survive. You make no progress. You don't go ahead. You just barely hang on. Every hour that you invest in your work or yourself over 40 is an investment in your future. So you can tell what your future is going to be with unerring accuracy by looking at how many hours over 40 you put in. Now, how many hours does the average self-made millionaire in America work until he passes the $1 million mark? 59. Some of them work 70, 80, 90. The average is 59 hours. How much does the average top executive work? 59 hours. So that's rule number 1.
Okay. 40+ formula, guys. Think about that. All right. Think about your life. What does he say? All right. What does he say? If you're working 40 hours a week, that gets you what? What does 40 hours a week of work get you?
Survival.
That gets you survival. Guys, that's 9 to 5. So even if you're just putting 40 hours into yourself, you're only putting survival into yourself. You're just surviving. All right. So he goes on to say, Every hour invested in yourself over 40 hours is an investment in your future. You can tell what your future is going to be by looking at how many hours you put in over 40. Self-made millionaires average 59 hours a week. All right, guys, 59 hours a week. So now I want you guys to start evaluating the time that you're putting into yourself. And when I say putting into yourself, I'm talking about the things you are doing to get you toward your goals and dreams, the things you're doing to cross those things off of those lists that we've been making, those type of things. How many hours over 40 are you putting into that? Because now you're getting into self-made millionaire time frames, okay? So you got to get into it. All right, Rom, I seen your hand just come up. Come on up, my brother. Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say you got to correct your self-talk. What I realize is sometimes after a long day work, we tell ourselves, I'm tired. And that's just habit. We've heard it before. We've heard it from other people. Yep. You work a day and now you're tired, but you're really not tired. You just told yourself that. When you start telling yourself, I got energy, I can go some more, you'll be surprised what your body does. So I just wanted to add that. Quit talking to yourself in defeat. You got to always positive self-talk yourself.
No, and that's true. And that goes back to what I was making the example about. Make the list. I give you the option to make a list of anything you want, but subconsciously you talked yourself only into a few things that you could possibly dream of or maybe afford, when you had the freedom to make a list of any and everything you wanted. And it's hard. We gotta condition ourselves for it, right, Ron? We gotta condition ourselves out of that, right? So
yes, sir. Just as important as learning, we gotta unlearn. We gotta unlearn all our bad habits. Yes,
that's
sir.
right. Every one of them. And that's what we gonna do, guys. That's what we in here doing tonight, man. So we focusing on the things that's gonna lead us toward the millions, right? And we're gonna look at that risk management for our life, right? Because your life needs risk management too. You see how I did? See what I did there? All right. So let's keep it going. Let's see what Brian has for us next, guys. Like I said, the average self-made millionaire spends an average of 59 hours per week. All right, so let's take account to those hours over 40 that we put into ourselves, guys, because that is self-made millionaire level right there. Anything 40 and below, you only surviving. Please believe it. Please understand it. Okay, and strive to be better for yourself. All right, let's go.
Is the hours you put in over 40. If people say, well, my office is locked and I can't get in more than 40 hours a week, then good. Then spend the rest of the time investing in yourself, getting better at your work when you do it. Now, here's my second principle, and this principle changes your life. It is this, is work all the time you work.
Work all
when
the
you
time
work,
you work.
Work, don't play. Fully 50.
Work all the time when you work. When you work, don't play. That's the rule. Work all the time you work. When you work, don't play. No playing around. Talk about it, Brian.
50% of working time today is wasted. And it's wasted in idle conversation, personal business, family phone calls, surfing the internet, reading the newspaper, drinking coffee, long lunchtimes, coming in late and leaving early. And then the other 50%, you're scrambling because now you're behind because you wasted so much time fooling around. Now you start to work and you don't work on high priority tasks. You try to get rid of all the little stuff. So what happens is the big tasks begin to build up like an avalanche overhang, and they cause enormous stress. And you go home at night and you're thinking about this job, I've got to get this project finished, but I can't discipline myself to stop talking to my coworkers. Every time one of them comes in, I like automatic, like a conditioned response, it's blah, blah time. Chatter, 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 chatter. No. What you have to do is work all the time you work. If someone comes in and says, hey, you've got a minute to talk, you say yes, but not now. Why don't we talk after work? Meanwhile, I've got to get back to work. I'll tell you what, why don't you go down the hall and ruin his career? Don't stand here and ruin mine. It's really important. There's a great story of a little girl goes to her mother and says, Mommy, why is it Daddy always brings his briefcase home and he works in the evenings and he works on the weekends and he doesn't spend any time with the family? And she says, well, honey, you have to understand, Daddy can't get all his work done at work, so he has to bring it home. She said, why don't they put him in a slower class? Next key is to get.
All right, so listen to this, guys. So work all the time you work, no playing around. When it's time to work, then work. What did he say? 50% of working time is wasted. And I found that I was guilty of that too. And I was like, dang, if I cut out some of the time I use searching for the music I want to listen to while I work, I might can get a little more done. You know, if I stop jumping on the phone with Aaron, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of me working, because me and Aaron get on and man, there's no telling how long that's gonna last, right? Then I might can get something done, you know, a little more done. You know what I'm saying? So when it's time to work, work. All right, that is what that time is for. All the extra stuff that you got going on, you got all the time to deal with that extra stuff. When you make your time to work, work, guys. That is such a key factor, and I believe that is a definite key thing. Now, I came up with my own little way to kind of to combat this thing with the to work all the time you work, right? Because then I thought about Aaron, right? Because Aaron had this problem, and he probably still does. Aaron, biggest thing is with his trading is, you know, all his kids running around distracting him, right? So what I want you guys to do is, all right, I want you to figure out or not figure out, I want you to write a list. This is, we action in the night, right? Well, I want you to write a list, and you don't have to do this now, but I want you to write a list, make a list of the distractions that you face when you are working on these things to make you better, whether it's when you're working on trading. Write a list of the actual distractions so that you can systematically find solutions for each distraction. First, we have to identify, right? Identify the problem, right? This is what self-made millionaires do. They identify the problems and they find the lesson, they find the solution. That means you got to do the work and identify each distraction, why it's happening, and find the solution. All right, and that's what I want you guys to do to help you work all the time you work. Okay. All right, not to mention a key thing he said in this too, I want to point out. He said, work on the high priority task first, because if you let them, when you let one or more of those high priority tasks pile up, they cause tremendous stress. Tremendous stress. Right? And what did he say? You end up trying to get all the little things done, and now you got an avalanche of all the big projects stacked over here, right? That is a lot on the brain, okay? On the stress level, right? So knock out the big things, man. Tackle the big goals first. Be the self-made millionaire. Look at the big goal first, and look at the big problem and find the solution in that thing first and knock it out. All right? That'll relieve that pressure, that stress. All right, so let's go to the next one, guys. Get around the right people. How many of y'all can identify with that, right? Get around the right people. Let's see what Brian got to say.
Get around the right people. This is a key for becoming a self-made millionaire. Get around the right people. Dr. David McClellan at Harvard did studies for 25 years looking into why it is that some people succeeded greatly in life. What he found was as much as 99% of your success in life is going to be determined by what he called your reference group. Your reference group are the people with whom you habitually associate. They're the people that you associate with at work, the people you associate with home, your church, your political party, your social circle. What he found in working with people is that changing a person's...
Oh, great. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let it come back on. The devil is a liar.
At least we know we're all in good company.
You know what?
The people
around the right people.
Yes.
The devil is a liar. Oh my God. No, it did not just do this.
We're going to have to petition for your cable company to put more towers out there by y'all.
No, it's not. It's my computer that was supposed to be taken care of. That's what it is.
Oh, man.
It hadn't done this until now.
Geek Squad failed you.
Failed me, Cicely. You see this?
What's that then?
Well, exactly. What the heck is that? All right, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right.
1 second.
Geek Squad is the haters tonight.
Hey, They are, nah, man. It's too much greatness going on here.
Yeah, my God.
All right, so let me do this, guys. I can't click on that. What do y'all see?
A black screen.
You guys
Screen.
Black screen.
a what?
Black screen.
A black screen. Okay.
Black
That's
dark.
Yep, that's what I see. Yep. Oh,
Hi,
Lord.
Cicely.
Hello.
I see something at the top left
No,
of your screen.
I don't see nothing. I can't even, my mouse sensor is not even working. All right, y'all. So we're gonna have to log out and log back on. We ain't done. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, bottom line, let me shut it down and reboot it, and we getting right back on. And from there, we will start at get around the right people. All right, y'all good? Y'all tired? Y'all want me to let y'all go to bed, or y'all down? I'm down to go.
Nope, we good.
All right, cool. That's what I'm going to do. All right, let me fix it, and then we'll be right back on here.
All 62 of us will be back.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, give me a second. Oh, shit.
See your screen.
Brian just told us to put the work in, so we're gonna be still and know that he is God.
That's right.
We're gonna be still.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Hey, Rom. See, what happened was y'all been holding out about the secrets of the man cave all this time. And when we figured it out, we turned them into a she shed, and that's what happens. It gets taken over. You didn't keep the secret good.
They barged in. It's all good though, Gloria. You gotta let them have it sometime.
Especially if you outnumbered. But I do feel your pain, Ron, because when I tell you this is so peaceful, I mean, I love my she shed and I'm never giving it up.
He can have the man cave just as long as we got our shed too.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all entitled to it.
I was watching the game tonight, and I tell you, one of the football players got hit, and I mean, he fell backward.
Did you see that?
I hit
too.
hard.
He's in critical condition.
Yes, they had to do CPR on the field. I mean, he just on my heart, so strong. Oh.
All right, we still y'all still on here? Y'all all right? I'm back.
Yes.
All right, cool. Let me get everything.
Yeah.
Boom. We getting ready to mic check 1 2 1 2 and get this thing rocking. Hold on. We'll get it set up there. All right, very interesting. Ooh, just pull that there. Da-da-da. Ooh, got it. There we go. All right. So, yep, we are on section. Get around the right people, guys. Absolute key for becoming a self-made millionaire. All right, we're going to start it from the beginning of that. All right, in case we missed anything. All right, let's listen to what Brian says.
Next key is to get around the right people. This is a key for becoming a self-made millionaire, is get around the right people. Dr. David McClellan at Harvard did studies for 25 years looking into why it is that some people succeeded greatly in life. What he found was as much as 99% of your success in life is going to be determined by what he called your reference group. Your reference group are the people with whom you habitually associate. They're the people that you associate with at work, the people you associate with home, your church, your political party, your social circle. What he found.
All right, 99% of your success. That's crazy. That's a big percentage. 99% of your success in life is going to be defined, guys, defined by your reference group. All right. And what is your reference group? These are the people you associate with habitually every day. You heard them, your coworkers, friends, family, whatever. Okay, 99% of your success is going to be defined by your reference group. So if I was everyone, I would put on my whiteboard, evaluate my reference group. If you ain't a millionaire yet, or if you ain't successful yet, you know, you want to evaluate your reference groups, the one you've had, the one, excuse me, the ones you've had to let go, and where you are now. All right, evaluate your reference group. Let's listen at what they discovered.
In working with people is that changing a person's reference group totally transformed the way they think. Why? It's because we are like chameleons and we absorb through the skin the attitudes, the opinions, the behaviors, the style of dress, the style of speech of the people with whom we associate most of the time. If you
Would y'all agree with that? Who agree? Agree or disagree? Put it in the chat or say it.
Agree.
Most definitely agree.
Most definitely. I would agree as well. So you know what y'all need to do, right? Y'all need to start looking at some. I'm serious. I mean, it's not personal. Y'all realize that, right?
That's the old adage, birds of a feather flock together.
You know, I mean, it's not personal, but you know, you got to say, man, listen, in order for me to make these moves, I got to get my reference group intact. I got to get the right reference group around me every day, habitually. You know what habitually means? You hang around them every day. That's a habit. All right. And if your reference group ain't headed towards making millions or looking at the same type of visions or goals, you might need to evaluate that. That could be slowing you down, because 99% of your success in life is going to be defined by your reference group. That's right. Pretty absolute. Everybody can't go. All right. Simple as that. All right. Let's listen.
You start to associate with winners most of the time, you find that they have a totally different worldview. They're positive, they're upbeat, they're focused, they're learning, they're growing, they're positive at what they're doing, and you start to become like that.
Yep.
We know that our relationships determine 85% of our happiness or unhappiness in life. In other words, if you have bad relationships, personal relationships, they will drag you down worse than a sea anchor. If you work for a bad boss, it'll destroy all your joy in work. If you have one negative coworker, they found that one negative person in an office can cast a blackness over the whole office because of his or her negativity. And so the most important thing you do is you choose your relationships with care and only associate with people that you like and respect and enjoy being around.
My goodness. Let's go through that one more time. He said, relationships, guys, relationships. These can be friendships, these can be romantic relationships, business relationships, but relationships determine 85% of our happiness or unhappiness. Okay? 85% of our happiness or unhappiness in our life. He says bad relationships will drag you down worse than a sea anchor. All right, bad bosses, negative coworker. All it takes, guys, is one person. Do y'all believe that? Yes or no? One person. All it takes is one person, guys, to create that cloud of negativity across the entire organization. One person. This is so true. One person, guys. All right. So he says what you have to do, guys, is hand select your winners. Hand select your winners. That's what I'm finna do. I'm getting ready to hand select my winners, man. And we about to go out here and win, right? Because instead of that life be lifing, I want to say winners be winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hand select some winners, those people who take it personal, you know, like we were talking about earlier, those people who take this company personal. I'm going to hand select the people. I'm learning from this. I have to do that. You know, I can't just welcome everybody. Like Bree said, everybody can't go to the top. And that's one of my biggest vices. I'll welcome almost anybody, but listen, not this year. I'm hand selecting my winners, and we going to get those millions. You understand what I'm saying? So pick your winners, hand select your winners, associate with people you like, respect, and enjoy dealing with. Crucial. Put that on your whiteboard. All right. Now, this is getting ready. This part right here that we're getting ready to get into, and this is after we finish this, is about to be one of my favorite parts. And as soon as he starts talking, you guys are going to understand why, man, because you're going to be like, oh my God, I did not know that I could associate my actual life with this. But this next part is my favorite part. It's called Be Prepared to Climb from Peak to Peak. Be prepared. Even the title is gonna be sound crazy when he starts talking. It's gonna make it make so much sense. But be prepared to climb from peak to peak. All right, Brian, let's get it.
Next is be prepared to climb from peak to peak. One of the keys to becoming a self-made millionaire is to realize that life is never one continuous train. It's always up and down. So it goes up. Like if you climb a mountain peak, you have to go down into the valley before you climb the next peak. So all of life is cycles and trends. All of life is cycles and trends. And there's up cycles and there's down cycles and there's up trends and there's down trends.
Yeah, did y'all hear that? Y'all hear where he's going, right? Now we ain't talking about trading, we talking about life. We talking about life. He says, be prepared to climb from peak to peak. Life is never one continuous train. It's always up and down. All of life is cycles and trends. Up cycles and down cycles. Up trends and down trends. Okay?
The question is, what is the general direction of your...
Whoa. Did he just say that? Did he just say that? No, so y'all caught it too then. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Did he just say what is the general direction of your trend?
I think he's looking for the higher time frame.
Did he say what is the general direction of your life trend, guys? Come on, listen. He gets even, man, oh my God. Let's go.
Your trends. We say this is that life is 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Successful people focus on the 2 steps forward and then they protect themselves on the downside.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow, wow.
Wow, you right? Right? Look, Yvonne already put it in there.
Did he say risk management?
SL. No, Jen said risk. Listen, guys, and this is life.
He over there talking traders talk. He a trader.
I couldn't get off mute quick enough.
Right.
That's risk management.
That's risk management. Y'all listen.
Risk management.
Man, listen, hold on. It's about to get deep. Hold on. Let's go, Brian.
They build up cash reserves. They put in stop loss orders on their stock market. They very carefully watch what they're doing. So they try to maintain that 2 steps up and then make sure that the 1 step back is not so far. And then they want to make sure that this curve is generally upward so that each time there's a step back, they're still further ahead than they were before.
My God. Y'all, did he just put a trail and stop loss on his life?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure
did.
Hold on.
He sure did.
He did that.
Yep.
He put a trailing stop loss on his life. Right? You guys understand, and this is why I said, like, now even, that's why I was saying, even the title makes sense, right? from peak to peak, right? You got to be prepared to climb from peak to peak, right? This man said, guys, this man said, hold on. He said, the question is, what is the general direction, right? We heard that, all right? He said, life is 2 steps forward and 1 step back. He said, successful people focus on the 2 steps forward and protect themselves on the downside, right? They build cash reserves. They put in stop loss orders and carefully watch what they are doing so that they maintain the 2 steps up and make sure that the 1 step back is not so far. Then they make sure the curve or trend is generally upward, so that each time there was a step back, they are still further than they were before. Guys, this dude just told you how to put a trailing stop loss on your life, man. Okay?
He's still profitable. And then when the pullback comes, he has his risk management is in place.
His risk management, guys.
The step back is the pullback.
It's the pullback. All the way down to the trends. And like Jen said, that higher time frame. What's your higher time frame of life? Yes, Wasim, what's your top-down analysis of life? Right? You got to figure these things out so that you can put in place what? Your risk management. Protect that account first. Protect your life first, guys. The winning will become easy. The winning will become a side effect. My goodness. Woo.
Okay.
Woo. Talk to me, Sam. You got something to say, Sam? Huh?
If you don't mind, my brother. First thing I would like to ask, where is it that you're gonna put this recording? Because, bro, like, I mean, I can't write that fast, man. I can't. I'm trying, but I can't. This is OMG. Like, it's so much. It's so much. It's so much. I'm telling you. Like,
I got you, man. One thing about it is we definitely recording and it will live forever in Kpcfx home. So regardless, it's gonna be there.
Oh yes.
And that's the beauty of it, guys. We can go back and do this every quarter.
I mean, like,
you can go back and look at this recording every quarter and reset your goals, your life. Or just make sure you're on track. That's what we all about here, man. That's what we all about. So I got you, Sam. I got you.
Needed this, man. I appreciate you, bro. I'm telling you, like,
man. Why would I not start y'all out the same way I'm starting out? Why would I lead y'all down a different path if I'm going down another path? This is the path I started on. You know, I want to lead my people. We want to be on common ground. I mean, that to me, stuff like that is common sense. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
That's where we rocking and rolling. All right, so let's keep this thing rolling. Let's see what else he's got to say about that, and then we will move into the next section. Let's go.
The next one, which is to develop resilience and bounce back. Developing resilience and bouncing back is one of the key qualities of self-made millionaires.
And that's what I wanted you to listen to, Pre. This is the part I thought about you in, developing resilience and bouncing back. This is one of the key qualities of self-made millionaires. Let's listen to what he says.
Because as I said right at the beginning, most things won't work. This is a very interesting point, is that you're going to be knocked down over and over again. And what we know, as my friend Charlie Jones says, is you have to bounce, don't break. And when things go wrong, bounce. And so what I learned many years ago was this interesting technique of what is called mental rehearsal. And mental rehearsal says that you mentally prepare for the inevitable downturns before they occur. So you say, all right, in the course of life, things are going to go wrong, but when they do, I'm not going to become upset. I'm not going to get mad or angry or anything else. I'm just going to take it and learn from it and pick myself up and keep going. Sometimes I ask this question, does anybody here have any problems? Everybody says, yes, everybody's got problems. Well, here's the rule, is all of life is a continuous series of problems. They never end. The problems just keep on coming, like the waves of the ocean. The only break in this unbroken series of problems will be the occasional crisis. So life will be problem, crisis. Problem, 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 crisis. It's like the waves of the ocean. 6 problems and a crisis, 6 problems and a crisis. Which means that everybody here is either in a crisis right now, has just gotten out of a crisis, or is just about to have a crisis.
Right.
So what we have found is this: the hallmark of superior people, 30 years of research, is how you respond to a crisis.
Let's go.
How you deal with problems and how you respond to a crisis. And what we have found is this, is superior people look for the solution to every problem. They don't allow themselves to become upset and angry. When something goes wrong, they say, okay, what's the solution? And they become intensely solution-oriented. When you have a very intense problem, that stimulates creativity to solve the problem. So what you do is you write and define the problem clearly. If you have a problem, you say, wait a minute, what is my problem? What is it that I'm worried about? And write it down. And the very act of defining a problem clearly often triggers the solution to the problem.
Wow. Okay, sometimes it's that simple. And how often do we rack our brain, stress and cry at night about how we're gonna do it? How are we gonna do it? How are we gonna figure it out? Sometimes it is as simple as writing it down and looking at it. Writing the problem down and looking at the problem, and the solution is triggered just by writing and defining that problem. All right, guys. So develop your resilience and bounce back. Okay, because what did he say? Most things aren't going to work. We have to know that and accept that most things aren't going to work. Okay, so bounce, but don't finish my sentence. Come on, bounce, but don't break. All right, bounce, but don't break. All right, practice mental rehearsal. Right, what did he say mental rehearsal was? This is where you mentally prepare for, all right, the inevitable downturns before they occur. All right, you take it, learn from it, pick yourself up, keep going. So you mentally prepare for every possible downturn that you could see in your future. Once again, guys, this is risk management. You're solving the problems before they even get there. You're setting a stop loss before a price even pulls back or turns on you. Right? This is risk management. All right. So,
Hey, John, I think another key thing too is that we have to have our take profit in place too. Like we need to know where we're headed.
Well, exactly. You got to know your goals, guys. It's all about the goals, and we're about to get into another exercise. So let's go. All right. That was developing resilience and bouncing back. And like I said, that made me think of you. You remember the conversations we was having, man? You know what I'm saying? And I was so proud of you because you didn't break. You know that, right? You didn't break.
I know. Thank you. You know what? I be thinking about a lot. Like, you know, it sounds so simple, but a lot of people, they get caught up in their own heads because they don't think about, you know, I'm sure you went through the same thing 3 or 4 times.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, when
Oh,
you
yeah.
think about what happened the first time, what happened the second time, what happened the third time, that's like, you don't need to read a book for that. Like, you got your own learning experience.
Exactly. There you go. And there you go. Look into it. And what he's saying is when you write and define this problem, it will trigger your solution through that experience, man, because, you know, experience is always the best teacher. All right. So that's what we mean by develop resilience and bounce back. We bounce, we don't break. Bottom line, we don't quit. All right. Ever. Okay. Let's go. All right. Let's see what we almost there, y'all. We doing the darn thing, man. Let's go. Y'all gonna be ready when y'all leave this thing, man. Y'all, once you take this information and sit down with your whiteboard and really start defining and mapping it out and planning about what you want to do, guys, watch, man. We not playing. And then we're gonna take action. We're gonna do these things. We're gonna do the thing. All right. We're not just gonna talk about it. So let's get it. I was about to call him Mark Douglas, man. That's Brian. Let's go, Brian.
One last technique that I want to give you with regard to your major definite purpose.
Here we go.
And if you only do these 2 things as a result of our time together, they will transform your life. You've already identified the one goal that can have the greatest positive impact on your life. Now what you do is you take that goal and you write it at the top of a page in the form of a question.
All right, so remember that goal we did in the beginning, all right? That was the one that would have had the most positive impact in your life. Now he's telling you to take that goal and he wants you to write it at the top of the page in question form. He's going to give you an example of that, but he wants you to write it at the top of the page in question form. That same goal from the beginning that would have the most positive effect on your life. Let's go.
And you say, let us say your goal is to double your income. That could have a major impact on your life. You say, what are all the things that I could do to double my income in the next 12 months? Write it as a clear question. Even better, if you're earning $50,000 a year today, right? What could I do to earn $100,000 over the next 12 months? The more specific the question, the better. Then you devote yourself to writing 20 answers to this question. You must write a minimum of 20 answers. Work harder, work smarter.
Minimum of 20 answers. Minimum. That means you have to come up with 20 answers. Okay? Minimum of 20 answers, all right, to your question form of that goal. Okay? 20 answers. You have to do it. And listen to what he says about this.
Start earlier, stay later, change occupations, upgrade my skills, whatever it is, keep forcing yourself to write till you've written 20 answers. We call this mind storming. The first 3 to 5 answers will be easy. The next 3 to 5 answers will be difficult. The last 10 answers will be incredibly difficult. But I have given this exercise to people who've gone on to become millionaires so many times I've lost track, because they often find that the 20th answer changes their whole life.
Boom. The 20th answer, the most difficult, the hardest one it was arrive to. He often finds that it changes their whole life. And this is a technique that he said he has created more millionaires than he can count. I want y'all to do this. See how hard it is to get 20 answers to that question. Push yourself to that 20. You know me, I want to do 40. That's just how bad I want my million. I want to do 40 and get to see what that 40 does. If 20 can change my life, good gracious, what can 40 do? That's my personal mind frame. That's like I told y'all, everything that he's told us to do, I've doubled it personally for myself. Like when he says write down 10 answers, I write down 20. He says 20 here, I want to find 40. That's just me. I'm just saying you could try that if you want to too. Hey, I just want to see where it goes. You know, I want to see what the 21st answer will do. 20 will change my life. What'll 2022 do? You know, and look at that, man. That is my commitment to excellence. When you look at it, think about that. That is another commitment to my excellence that I want to achieve. Right? I'm going to continue to push myself. All right, to reach my goal of my $1 million in 2023. Okay, let's go.
And if you've ever done this once, it's absolutely staggering. More people have become millionaires with this simple idea of mind storming, what I call the 20 idea method, than any other single method of creative thinking ever discovered. Once you've got your 20 answers, pick one answer and take action on it immediately. Once you've got, it doesn't matter what it is, just take one answer and take action on it, and that will keep you thinking and acting creatively all day long.
Mind storming. This is a new practice of ours, guys. We will knock down every single goal. You can knock down every single goal you have through mind storming. All right, write that down, put it in your methods, in your technique, and apply it. Take action. Okay, take action, guys. He's not spending time teaching us this stuff for no reason. All right. At some point, you've got to be teachable. You've got to be coachable. Okay, so get your mind storming on. All right, let's go. This next one is one of my favorite parts as well, because I feel like this is such a big part of who I am as a person. So let's go.
The next key to becoming a self-made millionaire is to become an unshakable optimist. An unshakable optimist means that you think and talk about what you want most of the time. Optimists think and talk about what they want. They look for the good in every situation. They seek the valuable lesson. They're constantly feeding their mind with great ideas, which opens up new perspectives. What I have found is that optimists have three wonderful qualities. Number one is they learn more things. As a result,
Number one, optimists learn more things, right? Unshakable optimists learn more things.
they dramatically increase the likelihood that they will learn the right thing at the right
And
time.
that dramatically increases the likelihood that they will learn the right thing at the right time. All right, that's number one. Let's go.
Number two is they try more things.
Number two, they try more things. All right, they try more things.
Which dramatically increases the likelihood that they'll try the right thing at the right time.
And that dramatically increases the likelihood that they will try the right thing at the right time. You cannot reach these levels if you do not try more things, guys. All right, if you do not get active. Basically, what I'm hearing from him is action, 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 action. Stop sitting around. Stop wasting 50% of the work time. Work when it's time to work. All right, let's go.
And number three is they persist. They never give up.
Come on now, we already knew that. But how many of us come to that brink, that breaking point where we feel like we want to quit? We want to give up. The bottom line is, the hard truth of it is, quitting is not an option. We persist. We don't break. We never give up. On your whiteboard right now, quitting is not an option. All right, let's go.
Optimists make a decision that once they've decided they're going to become wealthy, they just never stop until they achieve that goal. Now, will they have many setbacks and obstacles and difficulties? Do you know that almost everybody succeeds in a different direction from what they originally intended or from what they originally thought? But
almost everybody succeeds in a direction different from what they intended than what they originally thought. I didn't intend to start teaching trading. I didn't just say, oh gosh, I'm going to learn to trade because I want to teach trading. That wasn't why. I wanted to learn trading because I needed to get out of my situations. I needed to make money. It was quite cut and dry. All right. But the success in it that I'm finding is so much more than the money. The success to me is not the trading money. It is the teaching of it, educating. That was not my intention. Right? All right, let's go.
they just keep going. Almost like a football player running down the field, running, blocking, changing, moving back, forward, continually, but never loses sight of the goal. So optimists learn more things, try more things, and persist longer. I want to leave you with the last two qualities of self-made millionaires. Second to the last quality is that they develop the qualities of courage and persistence.
Develop the qualities of courage and persistence. Very important. Write that down. Develop the qualities of courage and persistence. If you are a person, who, lacks in these qualities, or if this part of the self-made millionaire journey lacks in these qualities, this is something you want to work on. Remember, guys, don't forget the goal from the very beginning. Once you've written down all of these steps, you want to go through and evaluate your strength on a 1 to 10 scale of each one. So you can see where you feel like you're the weakest, because what did Brian say? Even being weak in one of these can mess you up all the way. So write these down so that you can rate yourself on the scale once you have them all listed. And these are the last two. This is develop the qualities of courage and persistence. Let's go.
I said before, the biggest single obstacle to success is the fear of failure. The antidote to the fear of failure is the habit of courage.
The antidote to the fear of failure is the habit of courage. Write it down. The antidote to the fear of failure is the habit of courage, being brave. Oh my God. Let's go.
And what we know is that you need two types of courage to succeed. The first type of courage is the courage to begin.
Two types of courage to succeed. The first type of courage you need, guys, and the two types of courage to succeed is the courage to begin, the courage to start, the courage to launch. Let's go.
It's the courage to launch with no guarantees of success. Someone once said that if all obstacles must first be removed, nothing will ever get done. So successful people are willing to think, plan, make decisions, and then take action with no guarantees.
With no guarantees. With no guarantees, guys. That is a courage practicing habit. When you have no guarantees and you're willing to think, plan, and take action, you are practicing the habit of courage. There are no guarantees. Okay? What did he just say? If all obstacles were removed out of our way, nothing would get done. That's powerful. My goodness. If all the obstacles were moved out of your way, nothing would get done. You probably just sit there and just, there's no obstacles to face. There's nothing to hurdle, no jumps, no mountains to climb, no oceans to swim. Nothing would get done. All right, let's go.
We say leap and the net will appear. Take action with no guarantees and then learn. The second part of courage is the courage to endure. It's the courage to persist. It's the courage to keep on keeping on. It's to make the decision in advance that you will never give up. No matter what happens, you will never give up. You will get knocked down over and over again, but you'll never give up. And the interesting thing is if you make that decision in advance, you'll find yourself continually bouncing back. So courage means the courage to begin and the courage to endure.
The courage to endure, the courage to persist, the decision to never give up beforehand. All right, that will give you the ability to not break and always bounce back. All right, always bounce back. Let's go.
And the final quality of self-made millionaires, and Napoleon Hill called this the master key to riches. After studying 500 of the richest people in American history, he said it's the quality of self-discipline.
Quality of self-discipline, my goodness. Is that not all we talk about in our field, guys? Do you not see how hand in hand this stuff goes with what we do? How many times have we heard different educators and different speakers talk about how trading can make you a better person? Do you see kind of how that really does and applies to life? I think, the trailing stop loss on life was the biggest kicker for me, when it comes to those similarities. But do you see how it just makes sense when people talk about, becoming a better trader can make you a better person. And it's because of the guidelines that you must follow. You must not only follow because nobody's forcing you to, the guidelines that you yourself must take responsibility for and hold yourself accountable. Same thing in trading, same thing in life. It makes you a better person. And they are so similar. That's the crazy thing about trading. It is so similar to life, like all the steps. And why? Because we are dealing with people's livelihoods. People are trading their money. They are making a living. They are making income-based decisions, right? So it really is life that we are trading, watching these decisions that are made through emotions and fundamentals, right? So really associate that. Let's listen to what he says about self-discipline, the quality of self-discipline. This is the last one, y'all.
It's the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not.
The ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline. You might not feel like putting a stop loss in there. Oh man, I don't feel like doing that. That thing might come back and hit me. Or man, I might miss the trade. As you got to do it. It's the quality of your discipline. It's not, do you have discipline? I'm sure that we have discipline, but what does he say? It is the quality of your self-discipline. What is the quality of your self-discipline? How much are you following your guidelines and your rules, right? How much are you holding yourself accountable, right? How strong is your willpower, right? to not have FOMO. It's running, but I'm not gonna just jump in and chase movement. How strong is that willpower? What is the quality, family, of your self-discipline? Okay, let's talk about it, Brian.
The quality of self-discipline is the quality that will make you a big success. It's the ability to force yourself to do what you know you should do. And here is the wonderful discovery. This persistence is self-discipline in action. Every time you persist, you build your self-discipline. Every time you practice self-discipline, you build your ability to persist. And the two of them are tied into your self-esteem. So the more you persist, the more you like yourself. And the more you like yourself, the more discipline you have. And the more discipline you have in practice, the more you like yourself. As a result, the more you persist. And eventually you get onto an upward spiral where you become absolutely unstoppable. You reach the point where you know you can achieve the goal and nothing in the world can stop you. And every step that you take forward makes you stronger and stronger and stronger until finally people say, I know one thing about him, I know one thing about her. You cannot stop him or her. Once they decided they want something, they will not stop until they get it. And when you develop that quality, there will be nothing that is impossible to you. So let me just leave you with these last points. We're living at the very best time in all of human history. More people are going to make more money in the next few years than have ever been made in all of human history. More people are going to become millionaires and are becoming millionaires today at a faster rate than we've ever thought possible. And no one is better than you and no one is smarter than you. And if you do what other self-made millionaires do, then nothing in the world can stop you from eventually getting the same results as other self-made millionaires. And I hope you do. Thank you very much.
Wow. Let's go, man. Y'all put some fire in the chat for my man, Brian Tracy, man.
We hope you've enjoyed this special presentation of Brian Tracy's Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires.
Let's go, Brian. Let's
If you would
go.
like to own a
That's
copy
two
of this
videos
program
that
or
you
any
have
of
blessed us with, my man. I appreciate the Lord for enabling me to be persistent enough to look and seek and find. Seek and ye shall find, right? How cool is that? How cool was this tonight? How many of y'all feel like this is the type of thing you needed to start the year? How many of y'all feel like that? Let's be real. You can come off mute. It don't matter.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I felt that way. This is great.
Good.
Yes.
Real treat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Indeed.
no doubt, no doubt.
Man, I took profit tonight at TP Smash.
Let's go. And the thing is, guys, we gotta apply it. All right. Now, what we need to do is use this information, family, to formulate your whiteboard, right? Now, all of this information, all right, you tie it in with all of your goals and everything that you got going on. This information is designed to put you on a trajectory towards millionaire status. So you want to incorporate these type of plans into your goals, right? So that is why I felt like we needed to inject this in here, because we have to have the mindset that we are going to hit the millionaire. If we're not claiming it, if we're not taking it right now, guys, what are we doing? We still hoping and dreaming. We still 9 to 5 and then no hoper. You know, we ain't doing that. We claiming it now, guys. This is my year for my million. It was always 2023. Like I was telling the corporate team earlier, you know, my original plan was to start my company, a trading company, educational company, in 2023. I was supposed to start it this year, right? But circumstances happened. And guess what I did? When I look back, I sit back and I was like, whoa, I didn't quit. I didn't roll over. I looked in that bad boy and guess what I found? I found the solution. I found the answer, right? Y'all see how I did that millionaire stuff? That made me happy because I did it without even looking at this stuff first. You understand what I'm saying? Like, did that, found the solution in it, created where we are, what we have today, so that we can continue to be great. You know what I'm saying? So that's, look back in the past. When he said, look back at the things that helped you become most successful, boom, there you go. I got these things to look back on now, to take from, pick and choose the good bits and build. That's just powerful to me. All of this is just so powerful to me. I couldn't see any other way to start off a new year. We ain't supposed to come in here jumping in no charts and trying to win some money when we ain't reaffirmed our mission, aligned it with God, and put it down in writing so that we can follow the blueprint. How are we gonna do something and we ain't did none of that yet? I mean, I did it, but how am I gonna lead my tribe, my family, my team, the people I love and care about if they ain't did it? Come on, and that's what I'm telling y'all, man. Watch the people y'all deal with carefully. Make sure that your reference, what did he call it? Let me see who was taking notes. What did he call it? Your type of circle? Let me see who's on point. Let me find it. What did he call it?
Reference group.
Yo, let's go, Doris. Your reference group. Man, pay attention to your reference group, because if the people that's out there with you ain't putting your mind in the right places so that you can strive forward, then what are you doing? They obviously just trying to get you to, you know, make some money off of you, man. Pay a membership, make some money. Nah, man, we not doing that. All right, that's right, Tina. It's real love here. I care about every person on this call and every person that wasn't able to make it, which is why I recorded it so that they can come and get right for this quarter too. And then when we get ready to lock arms, we all on one accord. Let's go. I'm not gonna make it an add-on that you gotta pay for. I'm not gonna keep it from the rest of the world. Heck, I even did it on my old link. Anybody could have came to this. It's a choice. We're gonna see who really wants it and who really don't, guys. And we're gonna lock arms with those people who do. All right. And we're gonna make our reference group strong. Right now, I'm proud to say y'all are my reference group. I am happy to say that. I am proud. I literally made y'all my cover picture on my Facebook. I'm proud to say this is my reference group. We are locked arms. Look at us all sitting down right here, same shirts on, striving towards these millions and these greatness. This is my reference group. I am proud to be a part of you guys' reference group. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's all I'm gonna say. All right, and I'm gonna leave it open to questions, comments. Portia, I see you got your hand up. Then we're gonna pray on it and get up out of here, because we're gonna be back to business tomorrow with House of Hadassah. Portia, come on up. What you got going on?
Hey, family. You know, King Pip, I have to thank you for this, because I needed this to start the year out. I was frustrated with myself. I'm like, I've been doing this, and I gain some, I lose some, I'm not getting it. And, you know, I have all the support. My husband supports me. I have a great reference partner who is a part of Kpcfx. And we were just talking about the people we surround ourselves with. We were just talking about that. And then you did this, and I'm like, okay, God, every time I get to this point where I'm kind of frustrated, boom, he put it right in my face. Yeah, you frustrated, but quitting is not an option.
Not an option.
Just do what you got to do and keep it moving, and just keep it moving, because I will become a consistent, profitable trader. That is my main goal. Woo! I have my 20 answers to my main goal, and I'm going to get to it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Woo! Love y'all. And just like she said, whenever you get stuck somewhere, here you come with the golden answer all the time. Like
I done told y'all, stop clapping for me. It ain't about me, y'all. I'm just transferring, guys. I'm just
the fact that you tapped in. That's the most important thing. You're tapped in, and you're leading us and allowing us to connect to our greater selves and our Creator. So we thank you.
Well, you're very welcome, man. That's now I have a purpose. Remember, what was it? Let me go back in my million-page notes. I literally wrote down everything this guy said word for word. It's just my note-taking style. But he said something earlier into it, and I can't find where it is because I'd have to turn all these pages. But yeah, I found my purpose. You know what I'm saying? I found my purpose. It's defined, it's definite. Remember that part earlier on, define your definite purpose. It was something around those lines. I found it, you know, and then, man, I'm acting on it every single day. I wake up and I put into it every single day, every day. And every day I watch different things take place and I get more and more good news. Some days I have some bad news, but guess what? The risk management in place because I got a cash reserve sitting somewhere and I'm debt free, right? So when I take those 1 steps back, I'm always further than I was before. Y'all understand what I'm saying, man? Let's go. Let's go. Trailing stop loss on my life. All right. That's what it's all about. Family. Anybody else got any comments? Anything else while y'all decide if you're gonna be shy or not? Let me go ahead and say that tomorrow we are back to business. All right, we're gonna be on our starting off with House of Adasa, and we're gonna run it regularly scheduled program all the way up till this Saturday when we get together for the barbershop and the salon. All right, I gotta find out who's the lead beautician and who's the lead barber for those days. I need to get with who's on there. Wasim, y'all might need to get with me. See who's lead barber, lead beautician, or lead stylist for this weekend. And that's going to be Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I can't wait. That's where we get together, guys. The barbershop and the salon is where we get together and we talk about those goals and those other streams of income that we can pursue and capture together as a family who's on a mission. Like, man, we powerful up in this piece. Y'all better get ready. And Angie, I ain't forgot. You said something that stuck with me. On Facebook, you said you was into one of my major goals that I will achieve, and that is owning or investing in a soccer team. We're gonna talk about that because you know I'm already on top of things, and if you for real about that, we're gonna talk about it. All right. So we might have to meet outside the barbershop and the salon on the sidewalk, even though they're next door. You know, right now it's kind of separate. So we might have to meet outside on the
meet outside at the bake sale. Hey, Sean, this Saturday, it is at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
Wasim is doing the barber shop and Shanika is on the salon.
There we go. We got our lead barber and we got our lead beautician for the evening. So there we go, Wasim and Shanika. And we all know how Shanika put it down. All right. So y'all get ready. And plus, Shanika got something crazy about to come for everybody, and not just the country club, for everybody throughout the whole company. So get ready for that, man. That's another one. You know, her whole family, Shanika and Aska, y'all blessed, man. And you know, I just see nothing but great things. But I've always known that. Me and Aska started in this stuff together in the very beginning. A lot of people don't know we started at the beginning together, right? And I've always known that, man. We get ready to get it, fam.
Yes, sir. Hey, Pip.
Yep.
I just want to say this Saturday, man, we doing all Soul Glow dues and we cutting off all tails.
Yep. Oh God, we doing all Soul Glows, fellas. Jerry curls, let's go.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
We ain't playing. We ain't playing.
Hey Pip, I want to say something before we get off.
Of course, talk to me.
You know, I always like to appreciate God and celebrate other people's success. And you already played the song, Everything That Attached to Us Win. Right. So we are attached to you and we are winners. And just to see the work, the hand of God on your life and the way that he's doing things, it brought me to the scripture. It really made me think about Atlanta. Every time I see you grow and grow and grow and get higher and higher, I think about Atlanta, and that's how God works. And in his word, he said, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, the thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And it had to go just like that in Atlanta. And it was just so crazy. He said, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemy. You can't have a table without your enemy. Jesus, he couldn't go to the cross without Judas. I'm just finna say, you can be where you at without Megan. And she couldn't even leave Extreme until she did what she did to you, because you had to get to the place that you are in now. Man, I just be thinking about that. It's so powerful.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
It's powerful the way he work.
Man, it
and
really
how he's molding and shaping you.
Oh man, see, y'all get them started, man. God, I'm with you, Tammy. I agree, man. I look back at everything and I just see over and over again, and then I listen to a lot of y'all's confirmation, man. It's just the way that he designed it all to happen. And Atlanta was crazy because, you know, for those who don't know, you know, new people in Atlanta, was like, you know, was when I feel like the people chose me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't want me to speak there. They didn't want me to say nothing there. But the people told them, this is what we want. And from that moment, I spoke, and that was it. And that was crazy to me because I always said, nobody ever hired me for this. Extreme didn't hire me for this. Y'all did. Y'all, every one of y'all chose me. They didn't. They never did. Not once, ever. If it wasn't for y'all choosing me, I wouldn't have been there doing that. You know, so that's what I'm saying, man. Thank y'all for believing in me. And I'm just trying to live up to, you know, what you guys see, you know, what y'all saw. I'm just trying to live up to it and help you get there to your dreams. And that's why we spent 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 hours on here tonight, making sure that we ready for the new year. All right. So, woo, good one, guys.
Hey, Sean, this is Marie.
Marie, I was getting ready to call you. I seen you came off mute. What's going on with you?
Just something I kind of interject here. It's like, all of this just really helps to propel us for the future. But, you know, we sit around and we look and we you know, we're talking about, you know, who we surround ourselves with. And something that I found is like a lot of the people that I associate with, not sometimes by choice, but that I'm in the, you know, workplace with and things like this, that, you know, they don't think like we think.
Right.
We are surrounded by people who like, it's like sometimes you know, we feel like we're like strangers, like sojourners in a land, because we think differently, we see things differently, and it's like, you know, we're great for that.
And I'm
we're
gonna tell
being
you,
elevated to a higher place, to a different place, and people around us, they just, it's like they look at us like we're like strange and weird because we see that there's more. We know that there's more.
Right.
And we're
But
striving to achieve that more.
Yep, Marie, let me explain to you the flip side of that too, though. The beauty of it is, yeah, it is going down like that. But on the flip side of it is, I remember being one of those people on that side, looking at this group of people, and all they were talking about was happiness, money, success. And I'm like, I want to be in y'all's crew, y'all's gang, y'all's crowd. And I almost felt like I couldn't get in. It was so hard to get in, right? So there's another side of that. And that's what I want you to always look at, Marie, that in those 10, 20, 30, 40 people, whatever the number is, there's always 2, 3, 4, 5 that want to get in with you. They want to get in with you. They looking at you like, man, they are always happy. They are always, what did my man call it? What did Brian call it? Hold on, let me turn it. They are always, what type of optimist? They are always an unshakable optimist. Like, they want to get in with us because that is what we are. You know what I'm saying? So always remember that, and always seek to identify and help those people and lead them to it. You're not gonna save everybody.
I didn't mean that in a negative way.
No, I know. I'm not saying it in negative, not at all. I'm just showing you the other flip side of it, as well as there are those people that are looking at us like, you know, we're the crazy ones. What do we got going on? You know, there's also those in there that, you know, look at us with envy and longing and a sense of wanting to belong and have a desire to learn. So if we can help them, you know what I'm saying, that's a win for us, for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, amen.
Yep, no doubt. So they're always there, guys. Remember, like Brian said, even the people who are already successful in our field before us, guess what? At one point, they weren't. They were in the 80%, not the top 10%. They didn't even know the field existed at one point, right? So even us right now, as people who have a level of education in trading, at one point, we didn't know trading existed. we weren't a part of it, were we?
No.
But look at us now. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that's right. Yeah, gotta have the courage to come on board. Like you said, you gotta begin. It's all there. You see what I'm saying? Everything y'all say, it's all there for you, like answers, guidance. That's why I felt like God put this video in front of me, because I wasn't looking for this video or nothing. It just happened to, be there in my life. And I was like, dang. All right. And that's how he said we need to start out the year, man, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, so all right, fam, good stuff. It is midnight. I know some of you guys have to get up early. I'm not gonna keep you up. My West Coast people, y'all right in the prime of the evening, so I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all enjoying it, chilling, the beautiful weather, all that good stuff. So
John, can I make a confession?
You sure can.
I'm chilling in this beautiful weather. It's only 9:15.
I knew it.
It's the first trading day of the year. I've already made $700 since 4 o'clock this afternoon. So shout out to Kpcfx. I'm telling you, this is my season, and everything I keep saying is I can't wait to get this, because I just want to show all the Porsches and everybody that's in here struggling. Like, I can't wait to be able to help. That's my biggest thing.
That's your goal. Let's go, man. Wow. Already she done. There we go. That's what it's all about, family. So we got it down. We got the guidelines. We got plenty to work off of for personal development and professional development, right? Which will lead to us ultimately being better business people, better traders, and just better people in general. Guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for this first session of 2023. We made it one to remember, that's for sure. All right. And Tammy, go ahead and pray this thing, man, and let's get this year started.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here
because
we are the head and not the tail. We above and
above
not beneath.
and
The
not
blessed going and
beneath.
coming.
We have favor with God and man, and it's always, I'm smarter than the average trader. Let's go. Let's go.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, family.
Good night.
Make sure y'all.
Good night, family.
There we go.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night. Great tonight.
Good night.
Good night, fam.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. It's your winning season, fam. Let's go.
Thank you, King Pip.
Go sing that song. Somebody can sing that song.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. It's our winning season, man. Fired up, ready to go. Y'all have a great evening. House of Adasa. Tomorrow morning, I will see y'all then. Let's go. Peace, family. Y'all have a great evening. Let's go.
Everything attached to me wins. Everything attached to me wins.
Singing that thing. Let's go.
Everything attached to me wins.
All right, fam. We are out of here. Y'all have a great evening. Peace. Love.